Welcome back to Creative Excuses, and thanks for the click. A little over a year ago, two things happened. Necromancy was released, and I started this Ultimate Ironman account to play through it with a twist that I cannot store things in the bank. Past me is going to go over the rules for you for during the first episode, but here is the entire series so far. 1 year of inefficient progress, interrupted several times by other games, but 1 year of progress nonetheless. I hope you guys enjoy my cringe humor. Here we go, Season 1 of the Ultimate Ironman. Full disclosure, today as I write and record this footage, it is the Friday before the Necromancy release. And so instead of jumping straight into Necromancy, we are going to work on the head start list that Jagex wonderfully provided for us. I don't have time over the next 3 days to grind out the fully prepared stats, so we're just gonna have to settle for the a good start stats, which could still take us a couple of hours to get. First though, we need a way around Gillinor, so let's go grab all of our unlockable lodestones. Birthorpe is already unlocked, Taverley, Catherby, Sears Village, Ardon, back to Taverley, and then Falador, Port Sarim, Draenor, Lumbridge, Alcarid, Varrock, Edgeville, and finally, the Wilderness. While we're here in the Wilderness, we're just gonna grab a couple hundred prayer XP from the Chaos Altar. If you didn't know, you can just use the Wilderness Altar here in the Wilderness to gain early prayer levels very easily by offering bones at it. Conveniently, you can grab some free bones from around the altar with no risk and get some quick free prayer levels early on in your account. With those few prayer levels out of the way, these lodestones we just unlocked should help me get some early stuff out of the way, like this absolute classic of a quest, the Restless Ghost, and the rest of our prayer levels. And look at that, we already have 11 prayer. The next skill we have to take care of will be pretty quick too, which is crafting. For this, we're headed back to Taverley via the lodestone to pick some flax and string it into bowstrings. If you played Runescape as a kid, you may have been one of the many people to run and pick flax in Sears Village like this, which is just so nostalgic and so much slower than the newer and faster Taverley. The nostalgia is real though. At 15 XP per bowstring, this shouldn't take too long to get 15 crafting at all. Look at that, 1 inventory, and I'm already level 5. I think back in the day, I trained all the way to 50 crafting when I was like 12 years old doing this method in Sears Village. I sold my bowstring on the way to level 15 for some starting GP. I think it's a good time to explain what I mean by a RuneScape 3 Ultimate Ironman. In old school RuneScape, an Ultimate Ironman is a character who can only use the bank to unnote items because the normal bank interface is completely disabled. The game mode is official and is the most difficult and time-consuming mode on old school RuneScape. RS3, on the other hand, is known for being Easyscape, with fast XP rates, super easy transportation, and lots of other stuff. In the spirit of both Ultimate Ironman and Easyscape then, this Ultimate Ironman's rules around the bank are as such. I cannot store stuff in the bank, but I can use the bank. What does that mean? It means I can use the bank to note and unnote stuff. It means that I can use bank presets. You'll see how that works in the future. And it means that my bank must be empty. I cannot leave anything in the bank while I do something else. I carry what I own, and I only own what I carry, or what is held in non-bank storage, like the player-owned farm storm barn, the archaeology material storage, the ore bank, and hidey holes for clues. Again, I cannot store anything in the bank, but I can use the bank. Back to crafting, and there we go, level 15 crafting. Next up, let's do some herb lore, starting with the Druidic Ritual quest. And while I speedrun that, I forgot to hit record. Here's level 7 herb lore from using the supplies rewarded from the quest. Let's just pretend that this is my quest completion screenshot. To finish off our herblore levels for the Necromancy starter guide, we are going to do the Jungle Potion quest. And while I speedrun that quest, while recording this time, I'd like to answer an important question that you may have. Why am I playing this fresh Ironman like an Ultimate Ironman? Well, like my YouTube channel name suggests, I want an excuse to start over. On my almost maxed Ironman, I feel like I have gotten really close to accomplishing what I've wanted to. I've gotten decent gear, I've killed most of the bosses that I've wanted to as accomplishments, but I haven't farmed them all out. I've gotten 99s or higher in basically all of the skills that I like, So just starting over seems like fun then, because I can set all new goals and do new content from a fresh perspective. But I don't just want to start a normal Ironman, and a hardcore Ironman just seems too stressful. Basically, I want a new Ironman experience, so here I am with a snowflake Ironman instead, with different goals and methods than your average Ironman account. For me, it'll be more fun to play and to problem solve, and I'm hoping for you it'll be fun to watch as a normal Ironman series with a small but important twist. It seems like a win-win to me, so here we are. Look, I made that 5-minute quest so much harder than it needed to be. Jungle Potion should not have taken me as long as it did. On to the next skill now that we're 11 herb lore. Let's do some smithing, and then we'll finally get into rune crafting. I will be doing this the old-fashioned way up to level 10, just mining and then smithing, and then doing the classic Night Sword quest. There is 10 smithing, and along the way, I got a few strange rocks clogging the inventory, so we are going to turn those in and grab the bag for them at the same time. And now for the Night Sword. First, we're going to need some iron, which I'm going to slow mine with this bronze pickaxe. And then we're going to get some red berries, next a pie shell, which needs flour, water, and a pie dish. All right, there's all the materials, and crap, we need 10 cooking. The easiest way for me to get that is going to be to do the Once Upon a Slime quest, so let's head there now. This is a really weird quest about a slime romance. That's enough said. With that horrifying romance over, we can finally do the Night Sword, and oh boy. Oh boy, mining this blue-rite is going to take a while. I'll see you guys in 2025. Woo! I'm older, wiser, and blue rider now. Quest complete. I definitely could have just gotten to level 15 much faster, not doing the quests, but that helped to skip so many levels. All right, we've got 4 out of 5 requirements complete, and now we just have rune crafting. 20 levels to go, and just like some of the other skills, we are going to run some quests to get some XP. Rune Mysteries is up first, and it's done. Rune Memories is next, and look at that. It's done. Not gonna lie, though, I kind of watched some of the cutscenes and lore, and color me intrigued. I have not paid a lot of attention to the lore in Runescape, but it seems pretty deep, cool, and a little fun. I might have to pay more attention during this series. All right, now that the quests are done, I think it is time to do some classic RuneSpan to finish out these levels. I will see you in 14 levels, I guess. And there you have it. 10 to 15 minutes later, we are done with necromancy requirements for a good start. My last preparations for Monday will be to make and edit this video and to mine out a good stack of pure essence and note it so that I'm ready for some necromantic runes on Monday. Thank you all for watching, and if you have made it this far, consider subscribing and liking this video for both this and some Elder Scrolls Online content. I had a blast playing this 0th episode, and look forward to the ones to come. I'll see you all in the next excuse. Welcome back to Creative Excuses. It is Necromancy release day, and I am way too tired for this. But it's 8 a.m., and so it's time to play. Let's see if the game is online yet. Nope, not yet. Bathroom break then. All right, then we are in. Let's try a new skill. I've heard the new skill starts in Draenor, so let's teleport there. Did I just die? This is why I'm not playing a hardcore Ironman. Wait, that was a pretty sick cutscene. Better than the stagnant art. I'm here for that if this is the new evolution of the painting cutscenes for sure. Anyone who knows me knows I am at least 5 minutes late to everything, and I mean everything. Ted! I love Ted. Look at Ted. Ted is great. Ted is our friend. Ted may also be from Minnesota. Just gotta set this action bar up really quick. Honestly, this action bar setup screen is super confusing. I'm not totally sure how it works, and I have to relearn the page every time I try to set something up. It is not intuitive at all. Oh, the basic attack exists as a button you can press. But for Revolution, you don't have to put it on your bar. That's kind of sick. Woohoo, level 5. I am the best necromancer that ever did die. Oh, here's the new task set. I wonder what the rewards are. This is something I haven't said yet, but on my previous Ironman, I've not really focused on the tasks at all. I've done very few of them. So on this account, I actually really want to do all of the task sets if I can. Obviously, that's going to take me way longer than a month to achieve because I'm not a very efficient player. But in the first month, I want to do a lot of the easy and medium task sets if I can manage it. Oh my gosh, this city looks so cool. I wonder what it looks like with another skybox. The Menaphos Desert Skybox makes everything look better. Okay, what next? I guess we go find the trolls. We need 24 Necromancy for the next quest. We got some free armor, and this is a very good thing because there are a few quests that I'm going to have to do that are going to involve dropping or destroying all or most of my items. I could have done them yesterday or before this, but I really want to try Necromancy on basically a fresh account. So we're going to get to those quests after I hit level 50 Necromancy. It looks like ectoplasm is like ammunition. I will need it to cast conjures, and it's going to deplete. That's cool, but it also means it's going to take up an inventory spot just to summon stuff. And now we're at level 10 Necromancy, and we've got some bones now. Let's go get the other ritual items we need and do some more rituals. See if we can't stack up more ectoplasm. Let's start with that much stuff. I don't know how long it's all going to last. Okay, and now we AFK for 30 seconds? Yep, looks like we just AFK for 30 seconds at a time. Cool. Level 11, 12, 13, new ability. That's cool. Level 14 after repairing my ritual site. These seem like good XP at lower levels and super chill too. Just grab some bones, do a ritual, grab some bones, do a ritual, grab some bones. Level 15. Okay, I think that sound is the disturbance I'm supposed to click, but I can't see it. Level 16. Considering how easy these rituals are to do and how easy it is to get bones, this is going to be a pretty fast set of early levels with basically zero risk. Level 17. And we have just a few more rituals to do with the bones that I collected. Level 18. Not half bad for just a few minutes of work. So to unlock the next talent point, which gives us a modification to our Summon Undead Boy ability, we need some 1200 more experience in combat. This is going to take a second because I'm going to train some defense at the same time. I will be back soon. And there's level 20 Necromancy. I can do the next quest. That's awesome. I'm going to finish out this next ability first. But first, some RP walk because I ran out of run energy in RuneScape 3. Why? Boom. Talent point and next ability thing unlocked. Just kidding. I lied. More RP walk. Oh my gosh. There's a chat message about it. Going once. Going twice. Gondola. Level 22, level 23, ran out of money, so I might sell some bowstrings. 24, 25, 13 more rituals to go. 26, 3 more, level 27, heck yeah. All right, let's go questing. Oh, so we're making impure essence, and the ritual takes noted essence, which is super cool. It also requires me to change my runes. Let's do this a few times and use up all of the pure essence that I mined yesterday. Level 28 and an ultimate ability. Awesome. Apparently this one's busted. Holy crap, this is a game changer. I can store pure essence in the ritual materials. This is going to make rune crafting later on so much better because it won't take up an inventory spot forever. It doesn't change everything, but it changes something. Oh, buddy, this is a run up this hill. Crafting these runes is going to take me a long while. Freed up a little inventory space and quest complete and 29 Necromancy. Be right back. Gonna turn all these essence into runes now, without surge, without stamina potions, without run energy, without a bank. But the low level rune crafting experience isn't too bad. It's definitely not good, but it's not worse than elemental runes. And boom, 23 rune crafting and all of my essence is done. Time for the next quest. Okay, so we need to ensoul these tools with a ritual. Check. Kill 5 chickens. Quest complete. Oh, weird. Okay, so armor takes ensouled cloth and crafting levels, while weapons require ensouled bars and smithing levels. For the tier 20 weapons, I'm gonna need some coal, so let's go grab some. The plan here while I mine is to upgrade the weapons to level 20, then go and become possibly the first Ironman ever to complete the Witch's House quest using Necromancy for the combat. It's gonna be great. Okay, we got the coal. Let's go make ensouled bars. There's the unensouled bars. Time to give them that Necro juice. While we wait to ensoul these bars, now is a good time to talk about the plan for this account and its combat upgrades. As far as I'm aware, the most efficient combat route for an Ironman to play is to quest their brains out, then to go to Crocious and get Crypt Bloom armor, get a decent staff, and go to Hellware and Carapac for greater concentrated blast, and a wand and orb to camp hard mode Carapac, and then you get an FSOA. That is an insanely good path for PVM, right? I will not be doing that. Picking just one combat style would probably be the best thing to do on this account, and honestly, I just don't wanna. The fun of this account is managing an inventory and doing things in a weird way, and combat is going to be no different. Because of that, my goal will not be to camp one style, but to build out a tribrid setup. Magic will not be included in that tribrid. I will train magic, but it will not be one of my main combat styles. Instead, I will be using necromancy, melee, and range. If the series lasts long enough, you guys will all hopefully get to see that. It's going to be good fun, but it also means I won't be fussing too much about necromancy armor because I want hybrid armors in the long run. Anyway, ensoling my bars didn't go so well because I ran out of the good ink, and now I have to make some, which is a whole process. I'll be back when I'm done ensoling, and I'm done. And in the process, I got 31 Necro. Nice. We're actually going to upgrade to level 30 using some of these bars because, tragically, I can't store them in the smithing bank. Bummer. So let's go kill 25 trolls. All done. Let's go complete the witch's house, and I died. Bring food next time, nerd. R.I.P. Account over, better luck next time. One inventory of bowstrings got me to 1k GP, reclaimed my items, made some easy food, and take 2. This is why I'm not a hardcore Ironman. Easy game, 26 HP, now we're cooking. Okay, now the last thing I want to do this video is twofold. I want to do that old black magic quest, which is going to require the blood pact, and... Wait, does that requirement say you will need to defeat a level 732 phantom boss? I just died to a shapeshifting wolf in a 21-year-old quest. I was 6 when that quest came out. Guess I'll just do the blood pact for memes. There you go, for the meme. Well, I think that pretty much concludes our first dive into necromancy. There is still a lot more to do, of course, but we need more levels in all sorts of skills before we can jump in and kill much of anything. So I think what I'm gonna do is try and get some fancy bones for rituals while leveling at the same time, and then stack up some souls. I am gonna do that at the beginning of the next episode though. If you watched this far, you are probably having a good time, so go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe. I am committed to this Ultimate Ironman for at least the next month of progress, so if you want to see it for more than a month, flood my brain with dopamine with subscriptions, comments, and likes, and maybe a sticker purchase down below. I'll see you all in the next excuse. Welcome back to Creative Excuses on the last episode of this Ultimate Ironman series, which you can check out here if you missed it. It does seem like most everyone who watched the first episode did miss the second one. On the last episode, we started out RuneScape's newest skill, Necromancy. We got to level 31 before we realized we had finished most of the stuff that we can do from the release with the state of our other skills. So it is time to start training those. But first, let's stack up some souls and train our defense and necromancy just a bit higher, then onto some other skills and probably some quests or maybe something else. For that, we're gonna need just a bit of food, which is why I just stole a bunch of bread and cakes from this poor baker. And there we go. I got 8 thieving from that. Let's go find some big bones, which is gonna make soul collecting much faster. It looks like the classic and very nostalgic Hill Giants is gonna be my best bet for these big bones. Perhaps baby dragon bones are going to prove better, but I'm not really sure yet. So we're going to try these out first. Maybe there's a safe spot, just like there is in old school. Also, I should explain why I'm doing this. I really want to AFK something while I edit, and rituals seem like a pretty good idea with that 30-second AFK timer. Heck yeah, there is a safe spot. Turns out I didn't even need the food. Speaking of safe spots, your summons can actually be safe spotted by enemies the same way. Weird. Level 32 Necro. Inventory is full. Let's go do some rituals, and then we will be back. The power in my house is going in and out, and so I'm going to do some training off camera just so I don't corrupt any footage. And I'll see you with the gains very soon. Okay, so I finished grinding out the bones I would need for 400 souls to unlock tier 3 necromancy abilities, and then I went to work on the rituals. The bones I got while scared of the power outages were first from hill giants using a safe spot. This was pretty effective and let me get a full inventory of bones, giving 2 souls each. Much better than using regular bones. Once I got courageous enough though, I started trying out baby blue dragons in the Taverley dungeon, and these were so much better. They do about 1 health bar of damage to fill up what room I have in my inventory, and the 3 souls from them make them very valuable. If you're looking to train necromancy on an early Ironman, I cannot recommend baby blue dragons enough. Snag 30 defense and around 30 hit points. maybe a few cakes, and head to Baby Blues for fast souls. Okay, I wanted to do the rituals, but I think I need a few coins to make sure I don't run out of supplies, so I'm gonna earn another couple thousand gold and train some really early fletching at the same time. Be right, and I'm back. In the process of making that money, I got some good woodcutting and fletching levels. It took forever, and I should have done something different, but oh well. I thought it was a good excuse to do some fletching, but it was honestly not at all. It was so slow. Fun story though, if you didn't know, you can add some tools to your tool belt early and you will automatically generate a lower tier variant that you can actually use. That is a steel hatchet, even though I have a mithril tool in my tool belt. Okay, now finally on to the rituals and another little chat. First, I placed 2 multiply glyphs to make sure this would go just a tad faster, but I don't really have much ink for it, so it's not gonna last long, which is totally fine. I'm gonna want to use that ink up to free inventory space for some questing and activities later anyway. Second, and what I actually want to talk about, is the fact that I am pretty much the opposite of an efficient player. Occasionally, what I do will be efficient, but very often it won't be. It'll be my version of efficient, which basically means that I'm willing to do it. There are a lot of sweaty, efficient activities that I just don't care to do. For example, what would be efficient right now is training dungeoneering, while I still can get rid of everything in my inventory, but I just hate dungeoneering. So no, I don't think I will. I've got a plan for leveling dungeoneering in the future, and doing dungeoneering is not it. But what I am saying is basically this. If you are looking to watch an efficient player, I thank you for your support up until right now, but I am not that. I play so that I can have fun, and I tend to have the most fun when I'm AFKing things and watching numbers go up. I am somewhere in between a casual and a sweat lord, and that is very unlikely to change with this series. All of that said, I am curious about how efficient we are going to be. See, last episode I mentioned completing the achievement logs, and that still sounds like a good plan to me. So here is what we're going to do. Over the next several episodes, we will be completing at least 1 easy area achievement per episode, starting with this one. After we make it through all of the easy ones, we're going to jump in and start on the mediums. That will likely take me the whole month to complete, but we'll see. I honestly have no idea, and I'm super excited to try it. And look, I'm done with my 150-ish rituals, and I get to go get my next talent. There are 3 talent options at this tier: the Vengeful Spirit, Threads of Fate, and the Putrid Zombie. All 3 have advantages to taking first. The Putrid Zombie and Threads of Fate talent both have the advantage of giving me additional AoE damage, which would make Slayer and leveling a bit faster. Threads of Fate has the rune requirements though, which means I have more inventory slots taken up by Necromancy runes that I have to also maintain, which is not optimal. And the Putrid Zombie, though good, is just some additional AoE damage. No real disadvantage here, but no real crazy advantage. But the Vengeful Spirit is interesting. The Vengeful Spirit is an ability that will heal me for 175% of the damage it deals. That is going to be super useful at low levels, and will hopefully add a bunch of sustain while training Slayer and other things that I'm soon going to need to do. So I'm gonna take the Vengeful Spirit first. Alrighty, with the new talent in hand, it is time to start on our first easy task set, the City of This will be pretty quick. We only have 4 tasks to do, so this is gonna be very quick. One of them is to craft some regular ink while in the city. Easy enough, just gotta grab my necroplasm, a vial of water, a fire making level, and some ashes and head back to the city. Complete. Next up, let's conjure a skeleton warrior in Lembridge Catacombs. Looks like someone is training down here, which is pretty smart. 2100 health and very low defense, I think. Honestly, not a bad spot with how many spawns there are and how little damage you'll take. Next up, let's find that overlook. Not here, apparently? Not here either. Okay, I had to look it up. Trash player, I know. Hours of entertainment? Are you kidding me? Up next, make a Necro potion. We need a Marantil, check, and a Cadaver Berry, check, and a vial of water. And task complete. Last task, boom. Sick, my first prayer bonus and damage bonus item. This is awesome. And a 2000 XP lamp for any skill over level 20. It would be smart for me to save this for a different skill than I have at level 20 already, but I'm just gonna use it on rune crafting because rune crafting kind of sucks. Okay, that was really quick, but we don't have the requirements for the medium task set just yet, so we're going to have to move on to the next one. Classic early tasks to complete are stuff like Ardougne, and Lumberage for the cape and the ring respectively. The cape provides some hybrid bonuses and a teleport, while the ring provides some hybrid bonuses and eventually some free alchemy casts, which is super nice for making some money. But to get the easy Lumberage tasks done, we also have to do the beginner tasks. So let's start with those. Task set complete, and I know just where to put this reward. That is Surge, finally unlocked. Freaking sick. Now on to the easy task set. The easy task set is going to be a little bit harder to do. There is a 20 fishing requirement to get. Now, we could go fishing for that, or we could maybe do a quest. Crap. Fishing contest requires 10 fishing, so I will be right. I actually received 2 strange rocks while fishing some crayfish, so let's turn those in for our last 2 fishing levels. Let's go cheat our way through a contest now. OMG, I caught a huge fish, no way, OMG. Quest complete. 2 more levels to go. Just gonna do this at the crayfish because it's easy peasy. Boom, level 20, we are ready to do the Lumberage easy tasks. Is what I would have said if the requirement wasn't 25 fishing. So I bought 100 feathers and went to learn some fly fishing, and that is 25 fishing. Now for the tasks, for real this time. Okay, we actually have 1 task left, and this may be the hardest one out of the whole set. We need a water talisman to make water runes, and I don't yet have the Abyss unlocked. And even if I did, I would probably just die. I also don't have access to the rune crafting guild because that is level 50 rune crafting, so I just have to get a water talisman from somewhere weird. There looks like there's a 1 in 128 drop from Dragath Nirn at the end of the Lumberage catacombs, which could work, or from the skeletons, which I actually didn't know about until right now. Or my original plan was to kill the water wizard, which has water talismans as an uncommon drop. While I'm here, I'm also going to try and get the earth and fire talismans. Well, the fire dropped immediately, and I just realized these guys also drop ashes, which might make them my best method of gathering ashes on this account because I can't do the abyss efficiently. I may be back here more when I need to do more rituals. Okay, that was too slow and not enough XP. We are gonna go to the catacombs. This vengeful spirit is actually carrying this, keeping me at full health. All right, that was not working so well. Let's try Dragath Nirn. Holy crap, I'm gonna hit level 50 Necromancy before I get this dang water talisman, aren't I? 49 Necromancy, still no water talisman. And I'm trying to figure out this revolution setup, and it is odd. Sometimes the revolution bar saves up for the vengeful spirit, and sometimes it just shoots out bloat a million times in a row and dumps all of my adrenaline. And sometimes it never casts bloat at all and lets me build to 100% adrenaline and drop an ultimate. I actually think with no ability cooldowns, Necromancy is worse for new players interested in revolution than the other styles, especially because the abilities with no cooldown make building a revolution bar significantly different than the other 3 combat styles. I actually did hit level 50 before getting a water talisman. That is just a little frustrating. For being such a low level item, it seems very uncommon to receive. I'm gonna try these mages instead. Maybe the mages have a better chance at the talisman. I got an earth talisman! They exist, the talismans exist. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need ectoplasm, but I'm really hesitant to take all of this out because I may have to drop it in the near future. But I need it to heal inside the catacombs, so back to the grind. And there's a mine talisman, which I don't need, but the mages definitely drop talismans more commonly than the other things I've killed. No, I've been here for like an hour. The undead are punishing me for turning my friends against them, aren't they? And 52 Necromancy. I started this grind at level 45, right? That means I have literally doubled my Necromancy XP since starting this. 1 air talisman, 1 mine talisman, and 54 Necromancy later, I gave up on the skeletons and came up with a new plan. Get a light source and go into Lumberage swamp caves and kill giant frogs. Hopefully a torch doesn't get me killed. Let's try that again. These frogs, their spawn time is so long. Oh my gosh, I was just about to leave and I got it. I got the freaking drop. This is as good as getting the drop that I'm like 4.5 times dry with on my main Ironman. We are going straight to Berthorpe to feed the Wicked Hood. Yes. That took me like 3 hours, and almost all of that time was spent trying to get that stupid talisman. Let's just see how many bones I sent here trying to get this. Oh my gosh, I sent over 400 since the last check, which means I think I sent like 500 or 600. I was probably so dry on the water talisman. So dry. Oh well, it's done now. We got it, nailed it, crushed it. Holy crap, guys. This is gonna wrap it up for this episode. We now have 2 sets of easy achievements done, and we will begin the next one on the next episode. I'll see you all in the next excuse. Welcome back to Creative Excuses. On the last episode, I went dry on basically day number 2 of the account for a water talisman. No, I've been here for like an hour. Oh well. We are going to do our next set of easy achievements this episode. But first, we hit 50 Necromancy last episode, and that means I am ready to take on a few quests that I wanted to wait to do until I had tried out Necromancy a decent bit. The quests in mind are the classics, Waterfall Quest and Recruitment Drive. Both of these have issues with me having weapons, and I want to get them done before I upgrade my Necromancy weapons in case I lose them during the quests. So, we have to die. For that, we're going to go to the wilderness, which should be the fastest and perfect place to die because everything is aggressive. Perfect. Oh, that's cool. There's a death storage reminder up in the top right corner. That's pretty nice. Okay, quest accepted, and fast forward through some stupidity on my part, and quest complete. That is like 1,000,000 attack and strength experience, which is beautiful. We got 30 attack and 30 strength from that. I randomly decided to train some farming because why not? I played with some poo and then decided to make some compost with the new system. The compost bin being able to both accept noted items and hold up to 1,000 compostable items is incredible and might make 12 to 17 farming super easy. I bought some buckets really quick and then died. We need an empty inventory for our next quest. I didn't die buying buckets, or did I? Okay, we still have a few items in our inventory, so we need to sell our remaining ritual supplies, drop the key, drop our ring, and destroy our strange rock pouch. It looks like we are going to lose the rocks we have in the bag, which is unfortunate, so maybe we go grab those other strange rocks really quick. We need farming, crafting, and herb lore. Okay, crafting should be easy enough. We just make some bowstrings. Herb lore, that's going to be tough. We need lots of herbs to get a chance. So I guess we're gonna claim our things back from death and we are going to trolls. See, these trolls actually have fantastic herb drops. This may be a method that I use to gather herbs early on to get some levels when I need them. Funny enough, I got the strange rock just from gathering and cleaning a single inventory of herbs that I can use, but I'm not about to just let these herbs go to waste, so let's use them up. Boom, level 15 herb lore from making just a few quick potions. I imagine when we need to level herb lore a bit harder, I'm gonna camp these troll caves for a couple hundred Marintil and then make Necro potions since those are super easy. Okay, the last rock we need is from farming. Guess we're gonna have to use some of these patches and nope. Time to play in the poo. Time to turn them in, not bad. That was a lot of unlocks and I'm dead again. All of the night names are puns, right? And it took me a second to figure this one out. Circumference. Circumference. I'm a failure. I'm still a failure. I actually loved this puzzle as a kid, and I thought I was so clever when I figured it out for myself. Oh, thank God. I can't believe I failed this twice. And look at that. Got a couple levels out of this quest too. Okay, now with those 2 quests out of the way, it is time to pick out our next set of tasks. I think we should continue with Baldur because I want to. So let's get the requirements for the Baldur task set. It looks like there is a 16 construction requirement. Now, this is super dumb and probably not efficient at all, but I'm gonna try training construction and a bunch of stats all at once while working toward a reward that we are going to need. We are gonna play some Anima Islands because we will need so much from here. First, we're gonna need to get at least Tuska's Wrath, the Slayer ability, and the armor set. If the XP is okay in each of the skills, I may just grind out all of the way to like 3 pieces of the armor set to start getting some of those for the set bonuses. Okay, we have discovered a problem. Ectoplasm is counted as a non-combat item, which means I'm gonna have to drop it in order to do Anima Islands. That is super unfortunate because there's like 400 of these, but it has to be done. Luckily, I can get a bunch of these pretty easily, and I have loads of bones that I can do rituals with, so bye-bye ectoplasm. I actually finished this grind on my first Ultimate Ironman. No clue how long it took me, though. It was a while, but there are just so many random levels that you can get that it seems great. But the construction XP is terrible, though. It would take me several hours to get to level 16 at this rate, and I did not expect it to be this bad. Okay, so that run took me 20 minutes, and I earned 1k Anima, and that means a full set of Tuska armor is going to be 10 completely successful runs, and then another 4 for Tuska's Wrath. If I can do 3 runs an hour, that is a little over 4 hours to complete my setup. War Priest of Tuska is going to be my best armor set for a good long while, so I've got to do this sooner or later, so I might as well do it now. I'm going to commit. Let's get it done. This really was a bad idea for training construction, but I am committed. There's 4 down, 10 more to go. Honestly, this minigame is pretty stressful and only gives okay XP in a few different skills. But oh well, the armor is going to be a very good combo with Necromancy for a while and will help out when training all of our combat skills. Woo! After 2 hours of work, we hit a whole 5 construction. Feeling efficient yet? That is 7 out of 12 done for the armor. Progress. In other news, I've decided I'm going to get a McFlurry with my wife after we finish this next one. So, yum, that was good. And now I'm gonna cry. I missed it by 0.6%. That 0.6% takes away 20 minutes of my life because it isn't an even 1000. That is brutal and makes this so much worse. I got absolutely screwed. 3 more and an AFK to go. Then we can leave forever, bang out a few construction levels, probably through what I should have done, and then the Falidor tasks. What a freaking detour. Holy crap, that was a long 19 runs. That was 6 hours and 20 minutes of Anima Islands in one day. That may be just a bit much, but it's done, and now we pretty much have our best in slot armor for the rest of this month-long commitment. If we go past the month making this series, drop a comment and subscribe to give me the dopamine to keep it going. Then we have our second or third best in slot set of armor for the entire series. And there is Tuska's Wrath. I have 110 Slayer on my main Ironman, and I do not have Tuska's Wrath. This skill is amazing on Slayer tasks, and I've done 41 million Slayer XP without it. That's ridiculous. I am so glad to be done with this minigame. If I want to get fancy, time for some real construction training. And by real construction training, I mean questing. Let's build a fort. While I run to the quest start, take a look at those stats. We got quite a few levels in there from a lot of random stuff doing that. 49 fire making and 32 divination is quite nice though. And we're here. 55 necromancy during a quest. Awesome. Okay, here is the part of the quest where I need a boatload of logs, so I will be back with a boatload of... I'm gonna pick them up for free by hopping worlds at the top of the Lumbridge Castle. In the dumb interest of saving a buck, I'm not going to be paying for the planks to be made. I don't have much money. I am po. So, see you when I'm done. This is some crazy experience, like absolutely insane for early levels. Level 20 and I haven't even started constructing anything yet. Crazy. Also, absolutely love the 10-minute AFK timer. I love it. It makes this construction training so easy. Have I mentioned how overpowered this is yet? That's 40 construction and I haven't even used more than 120 regular planks. Why would I ever train another way? And I still have several more sections of this wall to finish. I won't hit 50 during this quest, but that doesn't matter. This is absurdly good XP. 44 construction from level 11 for that quest. What an insane update Fort Farin 3 is. And there's still so much more XP to gain before I can even do the next quest. This is where I was supposed to say, on to the Falidor easy achievements. But I traveled to be with my family instead. My grandmother was a wonderful person with a crazy life story that is worth being told, but probably not in this video. Because I paid for membership though, I still wanted to play on the account while away for a week and a half, so I got my Steam Deck set up to play and record, which was super odd, fun, a little janky, and didn't always work. So the following clips are from that time. I focused mostly on leveling a bunch of different skills, unlocking things like Anachronia, and doing the City of achievements, the medium achievements, because they didn't really involve any more questing, which I found super annoying on the Steam Deck, because I had to use the wiki on my phone, and that just was not my favorite experience. So here is a summary of what I got up to. I leveled my skills all up to what you see on the screen now, which is over 1,000 total level, which is crazy. I killed the giant mole for like 4 different Reaper tasks, which required me to unlock protection prayers, but was possible with just some level 40 Necromancy weapons. I kept training Hunter and farming with some dailies, I did a few Guthixian caches, and trained up my range and mage while collecting supplies for Herblore. During this time, I also decided that I'm going to collect basic bones with the Tome of because it auto-stores them for me, and I think having a stack of like 1,000,000 bones in the storage would be beyond funny. There was a lot I got up to, and I apologize that I can't share it all with you, but the stats on the screen were a lot of fun to get, and I am looking forward to where this account is going. It is going to be a lot of fun. Next episode, well, you'll see. I'll see you all in the next excuse. Quest complete. Welcome back to Creative Excuses. On the last episode, we made a crap load of progress that just couldn't be recorded because of my family trip, because of my grandmother's sudden passing. All that dopamine that you just saw was all the quests that I need for the easy achievement tasks though, because I managed to get all of the skill requirements done while I was away on my trip. With the quests done and the skills done, this is the one with the to-do list. The very long to-do list. But first, the detour. I want to kill the giant mole because I want Slayer levels without doing Slayer. And while I do that, let me tell you about our sponsor, my wife, Shelby. You see, I don't have a job right now. I'm working on it. I'm working real hard on it. So basically, all of my income is from some small contract work at my church and making these videos. That said, these videos don't make a ton for obvious reasons, so if you're enjoying the series and want to support it, make sure to subscribe, drop a comment on your favorite fast food place with your order, and maybe stop by the sticker shop down below or at the Stream Elements link in the description and pick up a sticker. You get something nice out of it, and you support me at the same time, which really just supports my wife. Look at that, Reaper task is done. I really do love killing the giant mole at this level. It is so much fun. Oh, and that's 60 Necromancy while preparing for another mole Reaper during the quest grind for that singular clip. I did quests for like 2 days just so I could make that intro. This RuneScape YouTuber thing is kind of nutty. When I hit 60 though, I thought it was time to do the next upgrade task for Killy because I had these garden pies in my inventory for it from an impling that I caught at some point, and I just wanted that inventory spot back. This ended up taking ages. I had so many things to do. First, I used the Anku agitator. Then I decided I wanted to use greater communion rituals to fill the urn instead of killing things, but that required greater ink, which required mid-tier ink, which required a crap load of rituals. It took forever. But for you, it only took like a few seconds of me rambling. All done. Tier 60 is unlocked, but not made because I need 15 more smithing levels to make the orichalcum bars. So that's gonna be a minute. And there is another Reaper done. That took way longer than it was supposed to. So long, in fact, that boom, there is another Reaper done because reset happened again. Finally, time for the big to-do list. Let's begin where I plan to last episode in Falador. While we do these tasks, I will also be feeding my cat so that I can trade it in for death runes at some point. And I lost my cat when I died. Crap. I got my kitten! He ran all the way back from the wilderness. And I put my lamp into Herblore because, duh. But honestly, I really want to put these into agility for a goal that we're going to get to soon. That has to do with the herbs in my inventory. Okay, on to the next to-do list. I'm feeling Mauritania. Well, everything else is finished, just have to wait on the Limpwort route. Now let's go to Varrock. Crap. I have to do dig site for enough kudos. Dig site done! Varrock completed. Beautiful. And dig site pendants unlocked, which is super nice. Well, not really, because we have the archaeology book, don't we? Oh well, on to the desert. But first Mauritania and then another Mole Reaper. Woo! Mole Reaper done. That's... I don't even know how many. We are at 34 kill count so far, and we will keep climbing as long as we can get these Mole Reapers. Okay, so I've never, ever done mage training arena like this before, but honestly, I really like this kind of sliding puzzle. I would enjoy doing this a lot more if it wasn't so clunky, though. Is that enough to buy a law rune? It is! Beautiful! And that is all of the tasks complete, and some more herblore experience. Ooh, that's prayer potions unlocked from herblore. That is important, again, for what's in my inventory. We're gonna get there though, I promise. But first, again, look at that. I've been completing my daily challenges every day, which isn't super interesting, so I don't record them, but that is a death touch dart from doing all of my challenges over the last week. I've been thinking about how I want to spend this, and it is really tough. I can't go to God Wars Dungeon 1 or 2 and get anything from it because I don't have the level requirements to fight any of the bosses. And God Wars Dungeon 3 bosses can't be killed with the dart. If I had a second dart, I could go to Araxor, but I don't have a second dart. So I'm pretty much left with Calphite King and the Wildy Worm. Honestly though, an early tier 90 melee weapon would be hilarious. So I'm gonna hit up the Calphite King real quick, but you all let me know what I should have used it on in the comments for when I get one in the future. Just kidding, I literally cannot afford the instance to spend the Death Touch dart. That is embarrassing. Oh, and we just found out daily challenges are being gutted on Monday, so that could actually be the only Death Touch dart I get for a long time. And I'll be getting a lot less herblore and prayer help from the daily challenges too. I personally don't like Dailyscape, but I actually did enjoy the daily challenges system. It's the daily shop runs, book criminal bolts, divine locations, Gothixian caches, flasks, crystal flasks, etc., Viswax, everything. That's the stuff that I don't like. Those are where the Dailyscape pressure comes from, and it is those that need to be looked at, not the daily challenges. Okay, so I was going to do the next set of tasks, but I have to be honest. Long to-do lists kind of stress me out. Like, even getting a list of ingredients and spices out of the cabinet to cook can be stressful for some reason. I'm damaged, I don't know. So instead of doing another achievement set right now, I'm going to just play and do what I want. That means I'm going to do a little bit of work towards some of my bigger goals, which you're going to find out about soon. I just need to do someone a quick little favor. It was not a quick favor. I will see you all in the next excuse. Welcome back to Creative Excuses. On the last episode of my Ultimate Ironman, we did a crap load of quests, a bunch of easy tasks, and of course, one small favor. Though I ended the video with a joke about one small favor not being so small, it actually is a super important unlock for this account for a few reasons. First, the key ring. Throughout the episodes so far, I've occasionally had a key in my inventory taking up precious bag space. That key has been for the Taverley dungeon so that I can get to the baby blue dragons for baby dragon bones. With the key ring from One Small Favor, I can now store that key on my tool belt and never have to worry about it again, which is just beautiful. Second, One Small Favor gives me access to my current best in slot food, which is going to be an excellent source of healing for a long time. Guthix Rest Potions. These potions are awesome for so many reasons. First, they heal 2,000 health per inventory spot over 4 sips, which is so much better than the cakes that I've been eating and than the fish that I can cook for the foreseeable future. On top of that, they also don't drain adrenaline when I eat them, which is a huge advantage when it comes to damage. Third, if it wasn't already obvious, One Small Favor helped me free up some precious inventory spots, which I need for what I want to do when I just want to play, which is gather bones. I need 80 prayer for my first big gear grind, and that is going to take a while. If I did it with just dragon bones, I need about 7,000 of them. If I did it with just baby dragon bones, I need like 18,000 of them. But that doesn't include the number of baby dragon bones I'm also gonna need for rituals. Basically, I need to get a crap load of bones, which a big inventory is gonna help with. Of course, baby dragon bones will be banked in the ritual storage for me by my Tome of but dragon bones will not. However, every day I get 10 free teleports to the storage, so my plan is to fill up 10 times a day on bones from green dragons, store them, and then go to baby blue dragons and train my ranged skill. So let's go do all of that. That's the whole reason I did the quest, isn't it? Oh, and there's another mole reaper done real quick. Okay, so while we do this, we are going to get this cat to adulthood and then abandon it in favor of death runes for an achievement or something like that. I don't know, but I want the inventory slot from the crayfish and the cat gone. So here's the method. We are going to teleport to the wilderness and run to the green dragons. We're going to protect from mage and murder said green dragons. We will then feast on, pick up their bones however many times I can and take them to the ritual site, store them, and then refill on prayer in Lumbridge. Rinse and repeat 10 times. If done well, this should net me about 200 bones a day. Since I'm doing this right now, I'm kind of wondering, would this be an efficient method of training crafting in the future? Say I had like the make leather lunar spell, could I just sit here with like a bone crusher and split dragon tooth necklace for an infinite prayer, and then just use the make leather spell, kill an inventory worth of d'hide, tan it, turn it into armor, then either disassemble it or drop it? Would that be as fast as gem rocks? Would it be more overall XP an hour to do that? It's probably not as good as gem rocks, unfortunately, but maybe blue dragons and Taverley would work better. Oh, thank God my cat is finally fully grown. I was gonna sell it for death runes, but maybe to save myself some effort, I might use it to complete Evil Dave's quests first. I'll keep you posted. 64 Necromancy, woo! 2 more levels until the big soul bonk ability. Oh, also, I decided I'm selling my cat. I can use a kitten during the quest, and I want this inventory slot. Bye-bye, kitty! Honestly, I'm a little sad after doing that. I've never done that before. I raised it from a little kitten, and now I traded it for some death runes. Like I just took it out to the farm or something. I'm having a twinge of regret. Like I should have just built a menagerie or whatever in my house to hold the little guy. Okay, so I did about 10 trips of dragon bones. I could do more, but I need to edit the last episode, so I need something a little more AFK to do. I think working on mining and smithing would be good so I can upgrade my necromancy weapons to tier 60 soon. So I'm gonna go do that. While getting set up to mine, I dropped in this little dungeoneering hole thing and got to level 21, which includes the ability to unlock the herbicide, charming imp, and bone crusher. Those are gonna be big quality of life that I want very soon, especially the herbicide and charming imp. Anyway, time to actually AFK. Okay, that is 50 smithing, which is some good progress. Technically, I can probably boost to smelt the orichalcum bars soon, but I'd rather clear my inventory and collect some bones. Let's go get some more dragon bones. Sometimes that happens. Whoops. Back to work. Okay, to be honest, I think I could just kill dragons all the way to 7k bones, and it wouldn't really be all that bad because the wilderness is safe and the route is not really that long. It'd be a grind, sure, but honestly, I don't think it'd be that bad. Thing is though, I really want to train my other combat skills, especially ranged, and this is not the best way to do that until I get some better gear. That is why I want to kill a bunch of baby blue dragons too. Those are even easier, a great way to get some range levels, and I can pretty much just sit there for a metric crap load of kills because the Tome of banks the bones for me at the ritual storage. So after I finish up these 200 or so bones, I'm gonna head back to the Taverley dungeon with an inventory full of cakes and target cycle keybinds to see if I can't level my ranged up to like 55. 55 is the goal, and then we're gonna do something new and fun. That didn't happen again. Nope. 421 bones though. That's pretty nice. To Taverley. And that is a quick 3 range levels. Honestly, that took a good bit of time, and getting to level 55 is going to take a minute. But if I use baby dragon bones for the entire level 80 prayer grind, then I need some 18,000 kills anyway. So that level 55 is going to come no problem. The weird thing about training on baby dragons now is that they're actually more prayer XP per kill than combat XP per kill. The ratio is all out of whack. You get like 1.3 prayer XP per combat XP, which is just nutty. And thanks to regeneration and the auto storage function, I actually think I could stay here all the way to 55 range and beyond, assuming I have enough ammunition. That's pretty insane prayer training for an early Ironman. Looks like green dragons are also now more prayer XP than combat XP, meaning it is now very easy for an Ironman to get 99 prayer before 99 in any other combat stat training here or on green dragons. It may take a while, but an untrimmed prayer cape is easier now than it ever has been for Ironmen. Okay, wait, I'm dumb. Here I am training like this, and I could just make a bunch of impure essence, make a crap load of spirit runes, and use the City of teleport instead of just using the free charges on the book. That would probably speed this up so much, even with the essence rituals and the crafting in there. I'd only need like 1700 impure essence to cover the entire grind to 80 prayer. That is gross. And maybe I'll do that. Wait, you can craft multiple spirit runes per essence. I only need 4 more rune crafting levels, which is easy. And then I can make 5 spirit runes per essence, meaning I only need like 350 essence to make enough teleports for the entire grind. That's nuts. The question is, which method? No banking with baby dragon bones or banking green dragon bones. Which one is faster prayer experience? My instinct is to say baby dragons because they are 1/3 of the HP for only a little under half the prayer XP per kill. It could work out to be even, but if you add in the running and banking and teleporting and prayer restoring time, baby dragons could still work out to be faster. Where's just background noise? He likes figuring this kind of stuff out. Okay, it is the next day and I've been doing this a lot. That is a screenshot of 55 ranged, and now I'm 56 because I did this while AFKing for 90 necromancy on my main Ironman, and while AFKing all of the stuff for the tier 90 weapons and tank gear. I can't say that this was exhilarating, but it was a lot of prayer XP. Let's go check out how much. Holy crap, I did not think I got all the way to 2500 baby dragon bones. That's like 260k prayer XP on its own. It took what felt like kind of forever, but it was probably only like 3 or 4 hours, so like not really a big grind, but dang. That is a good chunk of the way towards level 70 at least, which is a huge level, and then 80 prayer, so I'm super happy with that. Now it is time for the small reveal. Why did I want 55 ranged? Well, I want my first real ranged upgrade, and I want it to be untraditional. See, I hate ranged ammo most of the time. My favorite ranged weapons are all of the charge bows, because then I don't have to worry about ammo ever. Just paying to recharge the weapon, which I think is totally fine. There are not that many charge bows in the game, so that's kind of rough though. But there is one that I can use for the 57 to 75 grind. The Gravite bow from the Dungeoneering reward shop. This little thing is great and will get me all the way to 75 or maybe even 78 ranged when I'll use either the Vanquish Javelin or the Sun Spear. Maybe I'll swap to a crystal bow in the future, but it's unclear, honestly. We'll see. Regardless, that means it's time to put my Ironman accounts to work together and get some token farming done. We will be trying a new method in the Zamorakian Undercity with my Iron Main leading the way. Technically, I will be leeching tokens off of my main Ironman account, but as I said in the rules at the beginning of the series, this is fine as it's not against the normal Ironman rules. If you have a problem with that here, you can always make your own ethical Ultimate Ironman. I hate dungeoneering, so this is what I'm doing, at least until I can farm this stuff on my own. Then I won't fuss with the second account because it's really, really fiddly. The method I will be using is to send my main Ironman ahead to clear the way to the boss, and then I will come in and help kill the mini boss. Okay, slight problem. My hit chance is under 25%, which prevents me from doing any damage to the boss, so I didn't get kill credit or tokens. I need to do something to boost my accuracy, I think. Okay, I'm gonna give a couple things a try. I'm gonna try making necromancy potions and using the most slept on familiar of all time, the granite lobster. Before I actually make the potions, I am gonna try the familiar though. Okay, that didn't work really well. Oh, my familiar wasn't actually firing scrolls, so that makes sense. And did it work? It did not. Huh. Okay, let's try a bigger debuff from a Bandos Godsword. All right, we got 28% hit chance. Will that work? Okay, so it looks like I need to get 35% hit chance to have a decent chance of doing anything. Okay, it looks like something else is going on. I have only 31% hit chance against these guys, and I'm still hitting. Oh, the boss has a buff. It takes reduced damage from range. That's why only my melee distance summon could deal any damage. That makes sense. Okay, I finally have a strategy that will speed this up. 1 Gothic Staff spec, and Debilitate for my Iron main, and then Protect from melee, move into distance. This is consistent, fast, and much better than training Dungeoneering in a dungeon. I'll be right back when I've finished the 90,000 Dungeoneering tokens. And I'm finished. That is 90,000 Dungeoneering tokens, which is enough for the levels and the bow. Absolutely beautiful. Let's take a look at the loot. Holy crap, this is broken. 20 relics worth 25k each. That's like 500,000 gold. Dang. 900k gold now is amazing. And let's go buy our new bow. Oh man, that is beautiful. 45 Dungeoneering in a blink. And there's the bow. Honestly, I really like how that looks. It may get keepsaked after this when I'm done with it. While we're here, I might as well say that my next token farming goal is likely to be a Ring of Vigor, which is going to be my best in slot ring until I either get an Asylum Surgeon's ring or I finish the Extinction quest line, which is likely a very long ways away. I went back for a few more tokens because I felt like it, and the Gravite bow was actually accurate enough that I didn't have to go into melee range to do occasional damage. It's really weird. I think there's like a flat damage reduction somewhere in there, and that's why Necromancy has the problem. I don't really know, but oh well, the Gravite bow, what an upgrade. Oh hey, I AFK'd for a couple days, and now I have 60 mining and smithing, so I can make that tier 60 Necromancy weapons. Sick! I'll see you guys on the next excuse. Welcome back to Creative Excuses. On the last episode, we gathered a crap load of bones on our way to our eventual 80 prayer goal. We banged out 57 range while doing so, and then we learned how to dolo, that is solo with 2 accounts at once, token farm in the Zamorak Elite Dungeon. Using the amazing tokens from that farm, I got the 45 Dungeoneering, bought a Gravite bow, and I used the 45 Dungeoneering to access this dungeon so that I can get Dracolith. What an Ironman spreadsheet. Okay, so while I slowly mine this Dracolith for a new pickaxe, I think it may be time for me to tell you about some of the goals on this account. I have decided that I'm going to keep playing the account now that a month is up because I'm having a blast, honestly. However, the videos aren't doing super hot, so, I could really use some of that dopamine. If you're enjoying the series, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and let me know what you are most excited for on this RS3 Ultimate Ironman. Anyway, what are my goals? Well, because of real life circumstances, I don't want to go into all of the goals on this account. I want to go stage by stage. There are a lot of stages to my plans, but the end of the first stage, the end of the early game for me, is this guy, Gregorovic. This guy is why I need 80 prayer, because to fight him at all, you need 80 prayer. And why do I want to fight this boss? Well, Gregorovic drops the best in slot hybrid armor in the game, crafted by merging a Crest of Sliske with Dormant Anima Core armor. This is the highest level hybrid armor in the game currently. Well, technically the refined Anima Core of Sliske armor is the highest level, but that stuff degrades in a weird way that I just don't want to mess with, so tier 80 is as much as I'm going to get. This armor is great too because it can mimic one set of War Priest armor. If you remember back to episode 3, we already unlocked our best set of War Priest armor by completing an entire set of War Priest of Tuska from the Anima Islands minigame. But here is the kicker. The 3 pieces of the Anima Core of Sliske mimic the 6-piece bonus from the War Priest set, not the 3-piece. That means when I get all 3 pieces of the armor, I can store this War Priest set away in my house, and that frees up the gloves, boots, and cape slots for new best in slot armor pieces. It is a fantastic upgrade. So that's honestly the end of early game for the account, getting Anima Core of Sliske. That is going to be a huge grind, but getting that gear early means getting to hold on to a lot more stuff in the mid and late game. So with that said, how are we going to get there? I have a few requirements. There are, of course, some smaller goals and upgrades that I can get along the way that are sure to help, but these are the big ones that I can think of. There is a long road ahead of us to finish the early game on account, so let's quit talking and jump in already. Now that I have the smithing requirements for tier 70 Necromancy weapons, I'm going to sell this ore box so that I can remake one later, and I'm going to do some more area achievements because I still want to get those done. Well, that's what I was going to do. It's been like a week since I've played this account very much. It's been a good week, honestly, it's been a good week. So, I've actually forgotten what I was doing a little bit. Okay, I cut all the gems from the mining and got a crafting level, and now I think I'm just gonna work on the bones for 80 prayer because I've forgotten whatever my plan was. When I craft a new plan for the episode, I'll be back. Okay, not gonna lie, I played more Starfield after like 30 minutes of Baby Dragon Bones. There's just so many good games to play right now. This might be a problem. And that is 58 ranged, and I have an idea for what I can do while I'm having a blast playing Starfield. Playing this account right now is not super compatible with playing Starfield because collecting Dragon Bones is very active, but I can AFK something, and there's something I'm gonna desperately need to do for killing Grigorovic. I need fishing levels. Why do I need fishing levels? Aren't I going to be just using Guthix rest potions for Greg? Well, yes I am. But again, so I can combo eat a little bit, I'll need some fish probably. But more than that, I need that increased drop rate at Grigorovic from having a higher reputation than 0. And I won't have the levels to gain reputation from killing the other bosses unless I commit to an even bigger grind. And I honestly have no intention of doing the daily task that gives reputation. I just don't. So I need to go fishing so that I can access the deep sea fishing hub where this beautiful thing shows up several times a day. The traveling merchant. This guy is one of my favorite things in the game for a lot of its wares, but right now, all we are interested in is the famous and much needed Anima crystal. Each of these Anima crystals can be turned into a God Wars Dungeon 2 faction for 500 reputation each. And in October, there's going to be 5 of these puppies for sale. That will get me all the way to 2,500 reputation, which is enough for a 50% drop rate increase. That is huge, and maybe throughout November, there's going to be a few more on sale too, and I can eventually get that up to 100% drop rate increase. Holy crap, I just looked up how to gain reputation with the bounty system, and that is gnarly. Kill 100 minions? So if I want to do that, every 5 days I can gain 500 reputation by killing 500 minions from other factions. That is gross. I really can't see myself doing that. I'll be noting these fish as I catch them so that I can cook them later. I'll be right. Look at that. 1,000 fish fished, and now my fishing level's 48. Time to go cooking. Problem? My favorite cooking spot requires a quest that I just don't want to do yet, so we need to find a new spot. Taverley's looking pretty good. It's close to a bank. Not bad. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to unnote, I cook, destroying the bank interface, rinse, and this is so much better. Oh my gosh. I sell all of the noted fish to cook here. I buy back the unnoted fish. I cook them. I sell the cooked fish, and I can cook so much faster now. This is a game changer. Okay, I've been fishing some lobsters after finishing the cooking while being distracted by both ESO and Starfield. That is clearly going well. I'm gonna cook these up and then we're gonna make some real progress, I think. Let's kill the mole, because why not? I really thought about killing the King Black Dragon there, but then I came to my senses because I have no dragon fire protection at all. Maybe if I can get some elite clues for some anti-fire potions, I can go there. Okay, I just realized I still only have tier 50 weapons. Didn't I unlock the ability to make tier 60? That's 2 kills down. Let's actually see if we can make tier 60 necromancy weapons. It looks like I'm gonna need bone runes and 2 ensouled bars. For that, I need orichalcum bars, and I'm no longer missing ore for that. Okay, bars are done. Now I need some inks and some time. Now we make some runes, grab the bars, and boom. Tier 60 necromancy weapons and a nice damage increase. Just kidding, I'm dumb. D-U-M, dumb. While I'm here, might as well make all the bars I need for tier 70 as well, because I already have the inks that I need to make them all. Oh, I am so glad that I didn't actually do the rituals for all of them yet. I have to take all of the bars out when I go to withdraw them, so I would have had to hold them in my inventory until I finished the tier 70 upgrade challenges, and that would have sucked. Hey, 66 necromancy. I finally got the soul bonk, and there is the tier 60 weapons. Let's go clap the mole for real now. Hey, new personal best. Honestly, that's expected, and I think I can go so much faster. Hey, there's a new PB. Beautiful. Well, I was trying for a PB and died for it. D-U-M, dumb. Woo! Reaper complete and 47 Slayer. If I get back to reaping souls regularly, my Slayer level should go up a good bit more just from these. Skipping the early Slayer levels is super nice. Decided to also get my farming goal out of the way. This is one of those side goals. That's 54 farming just from farming honey semi-regularly, and that's a big level. Now, farming honey is easy if you don't know how to do it. All you do is buy some woad leaves in Falador, put them in these beehives, and come back a day later for a boatload of free XP. Check the wiki out for the full instructions and guide. Now, I've been doing this because 54 farming is actually a massive level. In fact, it's the key level that I need to farm all the way to 99 and beyond because it unlocks the famous Chinchompa farming. The best farming method in the game, in my opinion. I just need to do a crap load of Hunter to get a breeding pair, but that's going to be a future episode. Okay, I think that's enough for one night. One more day or so of progress, and then it's time to edit this one. I think tomorrow I'm going to... Look! Some fishing levels! Nice. I'll see you guys in the next excuse. Welcome back to Creative Excuses. I am bummed because I need 60-something construction to get rid of these golden fish eggs. Should we go for a detour? Should we? Nah. Oh, look, some cooking levels. Okay, today my wife is away at a wedding as a professional photographer. Very cool. And I am home with the puppy. Now, as explained last episode and the episode before that, we have a huge grind for 80 prayer ahead of us so that we can kill Grigorovic for our best in slot head, chest, and leg armor. And I just want to make a huge dent in that grind today. My wife gets home in like 10 hours. That should give me just enough time to watch an entire TV show that I've been wanting to watch that she doesn't really care about. So I'm going to plant myself in Taverley Dungeon for however long that show lasts me. And then we will see how many baby dragon bones I have at the end of that and where my combat experience is sitting at the end. To start, we have 3,782 baby dragon bones. We are level 66 necromancy, 61 range, and 57 defense. I'll be back in approximately 7 episodes. Update here. The show is pretty solid. It isn't quite as good as Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2, but I'm enjoying it. I thought the whole show was out, but apparently the last episode is not out yet, which is kind of a bummer. Anyway, comment below some suggestions to accompany this grind. This was a very fun way of getting this done. Let's go check how much progress I made today. Ooh, 6,000 bones. That is 1/3 of the way to 80 prayer. Nice. I just need like 6 more shows to do that then. Okay, I actually had so much fun watching Ahsoka yesterday that I'm gonna watch Andor and do the same thing today. Let's see if I can get the 9k bones today. Yeah, that didn't happen. Runescape was too much of a distraction and Andor was incredible. 12 out of 10, would recommend. Just freaking wow. Oh, but we are at 7.7k bones, so I did get some done. Ah! It's October 2nd now, and I don't have access to the fishing guild. Crap. We have 6 hours and 50 minutes, but I have IRL responsibilities, so we have to hop onto this. We have to get this done. The plan right now has changed. Instead of getting 68 fishing like a good player, I'm just going to go for 65 so that I can use a fish pie to boost 3 levels and enter early. That should give me a pretty solid chance of hitting the level that I need to today before that anima crystal is gone. I do still want the cooking levels, so I'm gonna note the fish for later. Hopefully I can still pull this out. This may be close. I have errands to run still and only 4.5 hours left. My errands are gonna take a bit too. I have to walk my dog and go to the post office and mail 2 packages, and I have 91k XP left to go. Then I need cod, a potato, and a pie shell. Maybe I can speed this up by doing the troll stronghold distraction and diversion. Ah, the post office is closing in 45 minutes. I gotta go. Looks like I'm gonna have to use the troll D&D to get this deadline. I don't think I have a choice, but I'm gonna try. Okay, 40k XP left. Let's try the thing. All done, super easy, and 32,000 experience from that. Amazing. Oh, thank God. Time to make a pie. Where do I get a cod? And there's a fishy pie. To the guild! What? If you interact with anything and your level drops, you get teleported out. That is crazy and it sucks. Okay, so I need to wait for the merchant to be called, then I can boost, and then I can go. I'm going so fast, I made it. Whew. Now, do I buy that D&D token too? I can use it on Herbie Werby, but is the 400k gold worth the experience? Probably. It is Herblore. Beautiful. There is the first 500 reputation that I need to get that boosted drop rate. Fantastic. Herbie Werby time. If you don't know what Herbie Werby is, it is this very fun mini game that gives a crap load of Herblore experience where all you do is this. Yoink. Basically, you only want to pick the green herbs from their hands for big herb lore experience. You can get fire making experience here, but that's you don't want that. You don't want that. And that's that. One more round. Okay, honestly, 400k was not worth that. I got almost 2 levels worth of experience, but that's really not that much for how much that cost. It's like half my gold. Oh well, in the future, it will be worth it. The XP from Herbie Werby scales really well at later levels. Cool, so the next Anima Crystal is available in 2 weeks, so I have a couple of weeks to get my fishing levels up. Awesome. What should we do now? 65 defense looks like fun. Just kidding, I'm fishing some more. I hit level 66, and now I can fish Ghostly Soul, which I didn't know about until recently, where Protox made a video about it. These are cool. Single spot, it never moves, and it's 130 experience each. These are beauts. I may have to go out of my way to train cooking a little bit to be able to use these, but I'm not sure yet. For now, I'm just gonna stack a bunch for funsies. Now I'm cooking, and I just need a few thousand more experience to get to 66 so I can cook these souls. I miscalculated, and now I have to buy these trout back, which is a huge bummer. Luckily, I need less than 100, so it's fine. Woo! 66. Time to cook up some souls and then do something fun, maybe? Who knows? Oh, these are very good experience. Actually, guys, comment if you want my burnt ghostly souls. These seem like they'd be a fun collection to have, as they're a brand new fish with a unique burnt version. And the cooking is done. 68 cooking. It may have been 2 days since that last clip and 14 days since my last progress video came out, and I feel like I have made basically 0 progress. Oh well, that's the cost of real life and making content on other video games too. And I don't know, Starfield. Back to training defense. It looks like 65 defense is going to take us about 3,000 more baby dragon kills, which is just so many. It really is. I think in the interest of getting this video out though, I'm going to do that for the next video, where we'll get either 65 or even 70 defense, complete the King's Ransom quest, level our prayer very, very high, and then I think we'll go on a bossing spree. That sounds like fun. I'll see you all in the next excuse. Level 59, level 60, almost level 61. And I just learned if I get really focused and I don't miss any attack ticks, it looks like I can get about 75k XP an hour in defense or around a 1k baby dragon bones. That's not half bad, and it's making these levels fly by. And welcome back to Creative Excuses. To be honest, killing these baby dragons is getting quite boring and repetitive, so I think I'm gonna do something a little different or a little more fun and engaging. I need a change of scenery, so let's kill some green dragons again. If you remember back to this episode where I lied and said I'd do this daily, you'll remember that there are a lot more steps to gathering regular dragon bones, which makes the activity just a little bit more varied, engaging, and fun for me. 63 defense! And I'm having a much better time now, really. If I had done these 10 trips every day since I released that video where I lied, I would have 7,400 dragon bones right now, which is more than I need for level 80 prayer. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Yeah, I'm not so good at that. This really is so much better for my mood than grinding out those baby dragons was. They were so boring. And there is 65 defense. 41k XP took me about 36 minutes, so that makes this method of training like 68k an hour or something like that in whatever combat style you're training. That is actually a tad slower than the baby dragons, but it feels so much better that I don't really care. I'm enjoying it more, so I'm gonna keep doing it instead of jumping over to Starfield. And I got all these dragon bones. I now have 901 dragon bones total and 8.9k baby dragon bones. That is 1,160,000. Only 5 more levels to go, or about 3,000 dragon bones, or 7k baby dragon bones. Not bad at all. Now, what I could do here is go do King's Ransom right now, but that doesn't really benefit me until I have 70 prayer and can use Augury, Piety, Rigor, or Sanctity, the tier 70 prayers that King's Ransom unlocks. What I think I'm gonna do is keep working on these dragons for another bunch of prayer and defense experience until I get bored again or I hit level 70 defense. I think I like this method so much more because it has clear ends. Like, I can feel the progress with every inventory. There's a small, achievable 20 kill goal for every inventory, and every 20 kills, I get a little break from killing. Occasionally, I get gems to cut, herbs to loot, or even a drop to alch. It really is so much more fun. I think I need to look for more engaging mini metas like this when I'm playing, and that's 66 defense. Keep it going. Just kidding. Taking a quick break for Herby Werby so I can get the herb bag upgrade to hold more of these juicy Marantils. All done. 1 herb level from that. And now I'm sleepy and I'll continue this. It is another time, which means I will continue now. No! I missed 2 of the 4 anima crystals I needed because I was moving and IRL stuff took priority over playing and I forgot and I'm so sad now. This is so bad. Now I'm only gonna have 1k reputation unless I manually do the contract things, which I'm not gonna do, and that's assuming that I buy the next crystal. Okay, at least I'm still gonna have the 50% drop rate increase, but geez, that sucks. 70 defense. Now I can go do King's Ransom right now, but I'd rather AFK, so I'm gonna go do some prayer XP instead. This is gonna take a while. We've got 11k bones to go through. I'll be 70 prayer. Heck yeah. Time to keep it going until I'm out of bones. See you in a lot of bones. Hey, that's an anima crystal. I didn't miss it this time, and that is the 50% increased drop rate unlocked. That's all we're gonna get for now, but it could be another month or so until we end up at Greg, so that might be okay. And the baby dragon bones are done. On to the dragon bones. Level 77. That will be the last level before finishing these bones, which is just crazy. I only have 3 more levels to do, and then we can go attempt our first Greg kills. The bones are gone. When did this cave get so pretty? Okay, so I'm gonna start the quest. Now I just talked to this guy. Quest complete. Who knew quests were just 1 step? Now to unlock the real prayers. This is ridiculously easy. That is some really good XP from that. And of course, the 4th or 5th best prayers in the game, depending on the exact circumstances. I think in the last episode, I said something about going for like a bossing spree, and I meant it. There are a good few rewards that I need from some bosses before I go to Grigorovich. First, from War's Retreat, from War's shop here, there are a few nice rewards that are going to save me a bunch of time that are unlocked by hitting certain boss kill count thresholds. First, we want the Altar of War to reset our prayer and summoning points, but if we can, I would also like to get the Adrenaline Crystal unlocked as well so that we can start every fight with a nice burst from Death Skulls or Living Death. I'd also like to get some Marks of War to unlock a few of the auras. I'd love to have the Vampirism aura and the Dark Magic auras. Vampirism is going to help me stay alive to make kills a bit easier on supplies, while Dark Magic should help me deal more damage, doing kind of the same thing but in a different way. Now, which bosses should we actually kill to get this boss kill count? There are only a few slots that we can upgrade over our current hybrid armor, and the items that we want will give us a Necromancy bonus to boost our damage. That means we can upgrade our necklace, our ring, and maybe, just maybe, our pocket slot. For our necklace slot, I could train crafting and then get an Amulet of Glory, or even a Fury if I'm feeling spicy. But that isn't bossing. My other option, the one I'm actually going to take, is to grind out barrows to try and get an Amulet of the Forsaken, which has the same stats as a Fury, but is available as a rare drop from the Barrows brothers. We can go over the other upgrades after we give this 100 or so attempts. Let's get it done. There is the first kill, lots more to go. The process is basically teleport to Wars, heal at the bank, teleport to Lumbridge to restore prayer, teleport back to Wars, and then back to Barrows. Easy peasy. 2 kills. These are definitely not going to be fast. I think I have 5 kills in total, and that's already a drop. Incredible, and it's actually a decent one. I'll probably get a lot of bolt racks, so if I can get the main hand crossbow with this, I'll have a tier 70 range upgrade over my bow, which is freaking awesome. Did you guys know that Barrows is really boring? Because I did not realize just how boring this place can be. As a kid, this place was so fun and spooky. I could only do like 1 chest trips, but I had to run miles to get back here. I probably only ever looted like 10 Barrows chests back in the day, if that even. Okay. Well, that is a tier 70 range upgrade. Awesome. What? And it's so much better than the pistol crossbows because it only takes 1 inventory slot. That might make token farming later so much better if I still can't deal damage with Necromancy. Other than the necklace, that is probably the best drop that I could have gotten here. I just realized I can use teleport to Lumbridge to save some time. Since when does Lumbridge teleport go here? What a waste of money. I want a refund. 116 more kills until we get the War's Altar. 50 Barrows chests done and no necklace. That's a bit of a bummer, but it's okay. It's a rare drop. That took forever, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay, I swear. With 70 Necromancy, I think it's finally time for us to try and get the tier 70 Necromancy weapons. They come with a big accuracy buff, a big damage buff, and a very strong spec that's gonna help me do barrows so much faster. For that, we're going to need to do Ghosts Ahoy, and then Vessel of the Harbinger. Let's do it. But first, let's get distracted. Oh crap, I don't have Alt 1 installed, so looks like I'm solving this one myself. Timer, please. That did not feel like 24 minutes at all. Those last 2 layers took me way too long, but it was kind of fun. Not again. I'm installing Alt 1. Not a bad reward. 9 anti-fire potions, which means we are not going to quest just yet. We're going to go use all of those up at the King Black Dragon and see if we can get some kills. Hey, that kill wasn't too bad at all. I legit used to think that you needed super anti-fires to have a decent time killing the KBD, but this is honestly pretty fun. I've been thinking about this a lot, and you really don't need endgame stats to go bossing in Runescape 3. And you don't need them to have fun either. Like, there's appropriate leveled boss content throughout the progression curve from around level 50 and onwards. Giant Mole, Barrows, KBD, and Arch Glacor are all solid bosses to dip your feet into bossing with. I think there's some more too, like, oh, I bet with Necromancy, I could go do Calphite Queen too. I'll have to check that out. Is there anything I'm even interested in from the KBD? Looking at the loot table, not really in particular. Having the boots wouldn't be bad, but they'd end up taking up an inventory spot for a long time until I can get all 3 pieces of the Anima Core armor, so I don't know. It looks like I don't even need anti-fire potions. Just protect from mage is enough. Well, that means I don't have to kill all of these potions worth of KBD in a row, doesn't it? Easy peasy then. I think I'll still go to like 25 kill count and then we can move on again. Nice, 25 kill count and 71 Necromancy on the same kill. Side note, anti-fires do make the kills much easier on the food consumption, but they aren't necessary at all. I think I'll still drop the potions because I want my inventory back, and food's pretty easy to get. Okay, this video is getting pretty long, I think, so let's wait on the quest for the next episode. Instead, let's see if we can get a Calphite Queen kill to cap off the video. Hey, if you made it this far and have been enjoying the series, thank you so much for your support and dopamine. If you want to inject dopamine directly into my veins, consider joining up as a channel member to get access to members-only polls or a number of other perks. If all goes well, I should be streaming soon, and membership comes with emotes and badges, of course, for that. Alrighty, the next episode should be a good one with some really nice progress on the gear. Until then, I'll see you all in the next excuse. Well, that is the first clip in a month, and it's the 50% drop rate increase for the boss that I can't do yet because Baldur's Gate 3 is a wildly addictive game. It's just great. But I'm still here for RuneScape, and I fully intend to keep the series going. I just need one last run. For Christmas, I streamed Violet is Blue and Violet is Blue 2 to a very small audience, but I had a blast doing those quests. They're so wholesome, and I'm obsessed with this artwork. Whoever drew the Violet is Blue 2 artwork is a genius. And back to Barrows. Let's see if we can get that Amulet of the Forsaken. 60 chests in, no amulet yet, and it looks like this is about 11 chests an hour. And the drop rate for the amulet is unknown, so I have no clue how long this is going to take, but it would be such a good upgrade that I'm just going to keep at it. Apparently, it's not going to take very long. 64 chests, that is a massive upgrade, extra prayer bonus, and 30 extra damage for each style over the desert amulet. Actually beautiful. No more barrows for me. That changes my plans now. How many more boss kills do we need? We need 39 more kills before we get the Altar of War for prayer restoration. I think I know how we're gonna get those, but we're gonna need a few upgrades before we try. Mainly, we're gonna need much better weapons, so let's go questing. We need to complete Ghosts Ahoy to meet a certain necromancer named Necrovarus, who plays a role in the recently released Necromancy questline and skill. That Necromancy quest is the real one that we want to complete, so that we have access to our tier 70 Necromancy weapons, which are going to be a gargantuan upgrade. And now that I have the items, I have to go cook dinner. I'll be back. This is going well. Ghost Ahoy is complete. I used coercion to force a ghost to stop forcing ghosts to stick around, and now I'm going to go cook dinner again. Let's see if the pattern continues, shall we? Hey, I actually came back this time. Time to prep for Vessel of the Harbinger. I need all this stuff. Got it. Quest complete. Now we can work on getting tier 70 weapons finally. Just kidding. I forgot we also need to do the Spirit of War, which requires the big 3,000 souls in the vessel. How many do I actually have? Only 824. I need 3,000, but 4,500 souls would also do really well to get those extra perks. Maybe I could also go for the 8,500 and 80 Necromancy. That'd be a massive boost in power before trying to take on my next boss drop, which would be super helpful. I think that's gonna be my next goal, which means I'm gonna need to AFK a crap load. I need bones, I need time, and I need to play on mobile while I play Baldur's Gate 3. It looks like if I use Dragon Bones, it'll take less than 850 communions to get to 8,500 souls, so maybe I should just send it and pick up 800 more Dragon Bones. That'd likely save me a ton of time on rituals. I'm gonna put that on my to-do list for tomorrow, and tonight I'm gonna go AFK on my phone while playing some Baldur's Gate to make all the lesser necroplasm that I'm gonna need. I'll be back. Part of doing these rituals is gathering all of the ink, which I can't use the Tome of to do because it teleports my ashes directly to the bank, which I can't store stuff in, so here I am. Burning 15 oak logs at a time, picking up the ashes, and banknoting them while the next logs burn. This is an oddly satisfying and stressful method of gathering ashes. There's the 800 ashes I need. I'm gonna go pick up these last few ashes and then get started on making the inks that I need. Here is how I set up my bank preset to make this faster. Remember, my rules for this Ultimate Ironman account are very simple. I cannot store stuff in the bank, but I can use it for bank presets. This is Easy Escape after all. To read the full rule set, chat with me about this account, or theorycraft your own fun Snowflake or Ultimate Ironman account, join my Discord in the description. Right now I've got some good Baldur's Gate 3 and ESO chats going on, but I'd love to have some fellow RS3 players join in. Cool, let's start with 500. Time for another crap load of rituals. Here we go. So I think the inks are done, but my note here says I need about 200 more regular inks, so I may have to collect more ashes in the future. We're gonna find out, but this should get me through a huge number of Dragonbone Communion rituals. I'll see you guys after a load of AFKing. At the very least, I have to use up all of these inks because I have no means of storing them and they're a pain to gather, so I'm committed. Here we go. I did the math really quick and it looks like I could end up at 80 plus Necro from this if I just do a few of the distractions during the rituals. That is crazy and is actually going to be a huge buff for the next big combat grind, but it's going to add another big AFK grind in between because I'm going to need 75 mining and smithing to make tier 80 weapons. That is enough. I don't think I'm gonna take Command Vengeful Ghost or Command Zombie yet. The Zombie I don't need to explode right now and would rather just summon and forget it. The Ghost eats a lot of adrenaline as well, so I'm not quite sure I want it just yet. It's a DPS increase, but I don't know if it's enough for the adrenaline cost. We'll see how I feel at our next big boss challenge, but now it is time to finally go vroom. I'm just gonna put a sound effect there. Here we go, the moment of truth. Boom, story mode and real mode killed. The kill time was horrible, but that's nothing compared to the grind we are going to set out on soon. I cleared out the rewards from her mod, and now it's time to give you a small preview of the next big grind. Next episode, we are on the hunt for tier 70 and then tier 80 necromancy weapons, a much quicker upgrade, and the first kills at 5 mechanics. I am going to need a lot more damage to push through that 350k health. I'll see you all in the next excuse. It has been a while, but I am finally back. I overshot my smithing goal just a little bit by making a few extra Necronium burial sets, but that's not a problem. I'm going to need the smithing XP someday. Probably. While you watch me finish up this last burial set, I've got a few questions for you. Over the past couple of months, I've seen some posts on the RS3 subreddit about RS3 content creators, and I've seen a few complaints about the game being difficult to watch because of the user interface and because creators are almost always super zoomed out. I want to beat that limiting factor, so here are my questions. Do you have any suggestions on a more viewer-friendly UI? If so, join my Discord and send me a screenshot so that I can copy it. The only requirements I have are that the inventory has to be 4 columns of 7 with no scroll bar, 4 visible action bars, at least for me, and I want the skills screen visible with 3 columns. That's it. Please send me some ideas. I thought I made a pretty clean interface where only the important stuff is visible, but maybe you all can do better. My second question, is this zoomed in enough? I've locked the zoom here for this episode and I'm going to try this out, but comment if you want this to be more zoomed in or less. Let me know what you think. Time to go get some Bane bars for a pickaxe and for my necromancy weapons. Got my bars, I guess it's time for some killy tasks now. Let's see what she has in store for us. 3-part task, 100 dragon souls, cool. I can use the bones for prayer. A fish pie, which only requires level 47 cooking, so easy peasy. And finally, a barrows kill. Easy. I'm using the same method for killing dragons here as before. Inventory of bones, note them, reset. It's quick enough, great prayer XP, and honestly fun. This is such a chill training method. When I'm bored and need something to do, I might just come and do this for fun. Just casually get 99 prayer out of boredom. Okay, time for barrows. Weird time for a necromancy level, but I'll take it. Nailed it. Time for a pie. First try. Complete. Tier 70 is ready and it is freaking beautiful. While crafting these though, I learned that I need 60 rune crafting before I can make the tier 80 weapons, so that sucks. 228k XP to go, and I don't think I have a good source of essence to do abyss rune crafting. Guess it's gonna be done. Just kidding. If I want to complete the task to upgrade the tier 80 weapons via the tank route, I need access to every main God Wars Dungeon 1 boss. That means 70 agility, 70 strength, and 70 ranged. Range, that's easy peasy. Super close, and I already have the gear. Strength, it's not too bad, but I just gotta do it, and I'm gonna train it at the same time as attack, so it's gonna take twice as long, which kinda sucks. Agility though, oh hell nah. Okay, well I'm already here training rune crafting, so I might as well finish, and then I'm gonna get going on that agility requirement. We may or may not get to do the Arch Glacor this episode like I'd planned. We'll see. Rune crafting is done, level 60 achieved. Let's try some 5 mechanic Arch Glacor to see how these tier 70 weapons handle it. Okay, that fight was pretty nuts, honestly. There wasn't really any risk, but 7 minutes per kill is a bit nutty. That is way too long and it's not worth it to try and save just a little bit of time at Greg kills right now. There are a lot of things I can do to improve those kill times though, but I think I'm gonna need tier 80 weapons, a good summoning familiar, and a ring upgrade. So let's get to work. First, let's start planting these seeds. Spirit weed can be used in a low-level herb lore potion, so this might be some solid experience. Now let's do something I should have done ages ago. 70 ranged. This will free up 2 whole inventory spots, get me some dungeoneering tokens back, and is one of the requirements for tier 80 necro weapons thanks to Armadillo. We are going to train this by finishing up the bones for 80 prayer because we're going to need that done too. Time to cook dinner. A full honor mode run of Baldur's Gate 3 later, and I think I need to make a stack of Guthix rest potions. I'm out of storage for Marintils, which these dragons drop at least somewhat often. This won't take me long to free up some space. I only have a few Harlanders. I did screw up a little here, and now I have 22 noted Marintil. That sucks, but I'm just gonna drop these and let someone else have them. They're not worth the inventory spot. Nice. It looks like we're about 400 kills away from having enough dragon bones for 80 prayer, which is pretty sick. and that's 70 ranged. This is the first of my 3 big requirements for God Wars Dungeon 1. The next are all going to be much more difficult. Next up, we have agility and strength, both of which are going to be a challenge. Agility is going to suck for obvious reasons, but strength is going to be rough because I'm going to train it at the same time as attack. So that means double the XP. This is going to be a grind. But before we jump into those goals, I want to make a different kind of progress. I want to upgrade my ring, and for that, I want the Ring of Vigor, which means we need to farm some tokens, and I have no clue if I can even do that solo yet. But my main iron doesn't have membership, so we just got to give it a shot. These guys aren't too bad, actually. Just an inventory of food to take them out without stuns, so I could probably make it even better. Still gonna take a while, though. Oh my gosh. 5-ish minutes, I think, to kill this guy. It's still better than dungeoneering. Just kidding. I need 62 dungeoneering for the ring. Back to it, I guess. I need 262 tokens for 62 dungeoneering and 50k tokens for the ring. How many long grinds am I gonna stack on myself? At least this one is reasonably AFK. If I add any more of these grinds on myself, though, I'm never gonna get this video out, so I'm gonna call this one here. It has been over 2 months since I've last released an episode, and that feels pretty bad. If you made it this far, please drop a like and join the Discord, and send me screenshots of suggested interfaces to make this more enjoyable to watch. Until then, I'll see you all in the next excuse. Welcome back to Creative Excuses. Here is the story so far. I stopped playing my main Ironman because banks are messy and Necromancy came out, so I wanted to experience things on a fresh Ironman with a twist. I traded a bank for this backpack and became an unofficial Ultimate Ironman. Recently, we earned some tier 70 weapons that are great, but they just aren't quite good enough for the grinds ahead. So, this episode on the Ultimate Ironman, we are working toward our tier 80 Necromancy weapons, which means starting with the 70 agility grind. Here we go. All right, 50 agility to start the grind off right. The first agility goal is to unlock 52 to unlock the wilderness course, then 65 to unlock the bikes for AFK agility XP. While avoiding the agility grind, I actually hit up some Herbie Werby for a quick couple thousand XP. Nice. Missed it there, but that is 51 agility. Running the longer course feels better than the shorter course for sure. 52 agility. That is a new course unlocked, the wilderness course. When did the wilderness get so pretty? Jeez. They've been doing all these graphical updates, and this one looks really good. Well, the pit minigame is pretty silly. 4k XP for punching a sheep feels quite good, though. I'm going to keep an eye out for those. This XP already feels so much faster than Anachronia. However, if I had a demonic skull, it would go even faster. How often do people PK here? Like it's not often, right? Obviously, I need to store my stuff if I'm going to try demonic skull, but is that still possible? See, before the wilderness rework and the player killing rework, and Ultimate Ironman could store their stuff at Death's office, and Deaths in the wilderness would not wipe your Death storage because the Death systems were separate from the normal Death mechanics. If that still works, that would be awesome for demonic sculling, both this agility training and later maybe even the Abyss rune crafting for a rune pouch. If it works, it would definitely be worth it. If it doesn't, I would lose everything, and I don't have another account to test it right now, so I'm just gonna have to be patient. Oh hey, it's time to cook dinner. 54 agility. Guess what? I'm actually cooking dinner and doing this. That's a new one. Normally, I cook dinner and abandon you guys for like 2 weeks. Don't worry, there's still time though. Hey, I didn't abandon you. 55 agility. 56 agility. It is always worth it to gamble the XP because you have a 2 out of 3 chance to get either the normal amount or a better reward. However, I think on average, you still end up with the normal amount of XP. So maybe it doesn't matter at all. 57 agility. 58. Okay, that pit was disappointing. The shapes were really dark in there, so it took too long to figure out what they were, and I couldn't complete it. 59. 55 to 59 has taken me 2 hours today. The time is flying by watching some of the other Ultimate Ironman series going on at the moment, but I have to say, I am looking forward to this being done. 60. Osseous Roar has just started, so I'm going to try that out for a bit. I can't tell if this is faster, but it's different, which is almost as good. 61. Okay, I get the message. I should probably take a break. Just One more level, ma. The roar is ending, so back to the wilderness to finish this level before I take another break. I just learned there's a totem bag for the 3 different totem pieces that I received doing agility on the Anachronia course, and that if you destroy the bag, the totem pieces stay. I just destroyed my totem pieces, so that's rough, buddy. Snotgut is mad as hell. Me too, bud. Me too. 62. Time for a break. I think I'll clean the kitchen and throw treats to my puppy. That sounds fun. 64. We are officially 1 level away from AFK agility, and I could not be more excited. Goodbye clicking. Hello clicking. Time to play on mobile. I'll be back with 70 agility, and also I will do this archaeology tutorial one day. One day. There we freaking go. 70 agility. That sucked, but not as bad as I thought it would be, honestly. It took me 3 days, which has to be a new record for me. I don't think I finished any grind for this account in just 3 days, except for like, I don't know, something easy early on. What am I supposed to do now, though? Right. 70 attack and strength. Well, there are a few ways we can start this off, but I think the best way is probably the classic way. Let's break our stats apart by starting the gnome quests in full, because the gnome stronghold and monkey madness will give us a big head start. That'll get us closer to dragon weapons, which will be very good for training our strength up to 70. Let's get to it. Quick distraction and diversion. I just added my agility rocks to the statue, and I only need 2 more before I can be annoyed by getting more rocks. So let's try and get fire making and fletching done really quick. I give up. Quest time. The village is saved from the eternal war with the Khazard warriors to the north. The Grand Tree is next. Eagle's Peak lodestone finally unlocked. Should have gotten that one earlier, I think. Random thought here. I've got to say, I don't think being this zoomed in is more visually clear, but I do think it makes the environment stand out and feel a lot more immersive. It's cool being this close to the action when I'm used to being like in orbit for this game. I heard this hello in GLaDOS's voice, which made this so much better.
Hello.
Turns out I should have done this part of the agility grind for that almost 8,000 experience. Oh well. On to the madness. The hardest part of that quest is complete. Freaking nailed it. Okay, that took way too long, but it is finished. 50 attacks so that we can use rune weapons now. Time to hit the real training. Unfortunately, I will have to drop these or try to do the other quests that require the monkey speak amulet and the gree, but those are a long way away. So we're just gonna hate ourselves and make these again. That's annoying, but that's the game mode. For the sake of pure style, we are going to train attack and strength with rune claws until we can get dragon weapons. Okay, overpower with the claws looks freaking sick. This is a very click intensive and not very fast XP. I'm gonna pivot and try something rather old school, but I'm gonna need a halberd. So these are rock crabs. For a long time, they were not a good training spot because EOC nerfed their XP rates, but with the release of Necromancy, rock crabs are once again pretty solid with high health, meaning high XP, but very low damage, so I can AFK for quite a while. And they're aggressive for 10-ish minutes, so I can AFK. These are probably how I'm going to get 70 attack and strength and maybe some other stuff, unless I find a better aggressive monster to train on for these low levels. That is 60 attack in absolutely no time at all. Time to make an orichalcum weapon. Oh my gosh, look at that hammer. That might get keepsaked, to be honest. That's pretty sick. Ring of Vigor is now purchasable. Fantastic. 8 more levels for Necronium weapons, and then we can snag 70 strength, do a few quests, and finally get to God Wars Dungeon 1 for tier 80 Necromancy weapons. I can almost taste it. 66 attack. This is honestly easy. AFK training is so great. I might have strength done by tomorrow at this rate, especially after I snag myself a Necronium battle axe. If I had access to a crystal halberd, I would really consider token farming for 70 strength because the XP is pretty okay. And the tokens would be really nice, but this is what we're going to do instead. A few hours later, 70 attack, Necronium battle axe time. This also looks pretty cool, but the Orichalcum Warhammer just looks so good. 95% accuracy is a huge jump though. We are going to be getting very solid kill times on these little crabs now. Our XP here is basically just limited by spawn speed now, so I may go find someplace to train a little more actively for strength. Who knows? I am bored. Is this good XP? Definitely not. Is it fun? Man, these charms are so good. Ooh, and a manuscript of when. We're definitely going to want those if we can snag a book, so I might hang on to that for now. 15 more kills and I can recharge prayer in War's Retreat. That is going to be such a game changer. Right now, I've still been teleporting back to Lumbridge to recharge my prayer every time I need to, and that's just... it's slow. I'm gonna start picking up these Bainite Stone Spirits. We can use them to get some Bainite mining done at some point, and I can always drop them if I give up. Like, it's fine. 62 strength. This is taking way longer than rock crabs, and I do not care. That is huge. 200 boss kills unlocks the Altar of War so I can recharge my prayer for free and fast at War's Retreat. Excellent. Only 800 more kills to go to finally complete the 1,000 kills that I was supposed to do in that video. 70 strength. Freaking huge. God Wars Dungeon 1 bosses are all unlocked, but there is one slight problem. I can't get to the dungeon without completing a few quests first. This makes me sad. I like the map. I almost put that XP in archaeology just for memes, but it hurt too much. I couldn't do it. I spared Dad. I'm not a monster. Quest complete and drop those puppies right into Herblore. Sick. Time for God Wars, which means I'm gonna need some food and the Killy Road task ready. Okay, we're prepared with food, prayer potions, and Guthix rests. Let's get these kills. Easy first kill. Running bosses with Necro is so easy. Just click and spam one button with your summons out and bloat going, and that's it. It's great. Now we have an attuned portal, so running back doesn't suck anymore, which is awesome. Time to try Zammy. 2 down. Zilly is down for the count. 1 more bird brain to go. And the bird brain's down. That is all of the God Wars Dungeon 1 bosses defeated, except for Nex, of course, which is fine. 150 Slayer task creatures to kill, which I'm just gonna farm out on super small, easy tasks from Turiel and Jacqueline. 1 Redberry Pie, and there we are at the very edge of ready for tier 80 weapons. After that first task, I logged off and went to bed, but I couldn't resist the tier 80s, so I actually finished up the prep and tasks on mobile. So this is a 0 mechanic Arch Glacor kill with tier 80s, and wow, is that fast. I think this is actually AFKable already with just these stats and no prayer. We're gonna try it. That's gross. Like, that's just gross. But we aren't here for 0 mechanic Arch Glacor. We are here for 5 mechanics so that we can get a juicy pocket slot upgrade. The Book of When, which is going to give us a very nice damage bump for Greg and for any future Slayer and whatever else. The goal for this episode is going to be 100 5 mechanic kills, but for that we're going to need a few supplies like runes for Lesser Bone Shield, a Death Warden Nexus to hold those runes, and of course some food and maybe even some super necromancy potions. First up, the runes. I lied. I need to make regular ink to make runes, which is a pain. I don't have time for that right now, so guess I'll be back in a month? Who knows? 310 runes might be enough for 100 kills. I can always just take the DPS loss and use a shield, I guess. Holy crap, I forgot about multiple runes. This actually might be fine. Oh, are you kidding me? I'm 1 rune off of matching stacks. That is infuriatingly close. Looks like I need 55 crafting to make a Death Warden Nexus. That should be pretty easy to snag, but I don't want to do that right now. Next episode, we're going to have that done. We'll just lose out on the inventory space for now. Turns out I actually have enough Marks of War for a Vampirism aura, so that's going to be a huge upgrade. I'll now heal off of any damage dealt, and Necro already does that, so the Arch Glacor is not going to use very many of my supplies at all, I think. Oh my gosh, the new chat box is huge! Time to try out 5 mechanic Arch Glacor again. Here we go. Basically, just a prayer potion, some ectoplasm, and 5 minutes per kill. Easy peasy. 100 kills, that's only like 9 hours of my life. Much better second kill, but there's definitely room for some improvement. I'm gonna look at some Revo bars and see what others have come up with for single target damage. Honestly, not better at all. Maybe I did too many manual inputs, but that was rough. Maybe I should have spec'd more. I don't know, we're gonna try a few different bars and I'll update you when I find one I like. '83 Necromancy, 1 more level, and then we're gonna get a big power spike. Our 3rd Conjure. That was our best kill yet at 5 minutes. I think this is a pretty solid rotation to work from, but I'm still working on it. Ooh, 458 that time. Basically the same, but a few more manual inputs because of living death. I've got an idea though. The very next kill was another nice improvement, but again, I think it just came down to mechanic RNG. Hey, 450, not bad. Okay, I'm gonna try recording a full kill and then I'm gonna drop it at the end of the video so you can see the method, as this seems reasonably consistent for sub 5 minutes with crap gear and everything. If I used high alch on the drops so far, like already I would have 6 million gold. That is disgusting and super funny. This is ridiculously easy money for irons. But I'm gonna sell them to the shop because I don't have high alch unlocked and I can't be asked because I don't need that much money at the moment. I really don't. We now have 6 million gold total though, which is just as funny to me. Time to make some prayer potions. I snuck an 84 necromancy in on mobile and now I can get a 408. Kill times are improving. There is a sub 4 minute. Lots of manual inputs though. I don't mind having to put in some manual inputs, but full manual is still a hard pass. 348. That is a new 5 mechanic personal best. Clearing this out makes me really want to keep the dragon stones for crafting XP. I do need 55 crafting for the Death Warden Nexus, and dragon stones can be cut starting at level 55. The problem is inventory space. I also have 922 Bainite stone spirits, which I need to use for a bunch of smithing XP. I think crafting XP is my top priority right now though, so I can free up 2 more inventory spots. I'm also dropping these prayer potions and crystal keys, which are not super useful to me at the moment. The rewards are nice, but not for a long time. While I work on crafting, I'm also going to try and farm up these spirit weed seeds for herblore XP. I started the crux favor stuff so that I can plant more seeds at once in the future, which is going to be super important for quickly cycling through herb seeds that I get. I've got loads of money too, and I'm going to get so much more that I'm just going to pay these leprechauns to make my life easier. Okay, let's get this crafting started to the gem rocks. The nice thing about getting 55 crafting here is going to obviously be the inventory space, but even more importantly is going to be that I'm never going to have to do this again. I can just farm an infinite number of dragon stones from the Glacor and cut those for my crafting levels, and that's pretty exciting. 45 crafting, 21% of the way there, making progress. And there we go, 55 crafting. Let's go make a nexus. Okay, there is the nexus, and now we can runecraft. The method is mostly the same as before, but now we're going to fill our nexus with a button, which frees up the inventory spaces from the runes so we can go just a little bit faster. Editor's note here, I freaking forgot I can just buy rune pouches at the rune crafting guild. That would have made this so much easier. I'm an idiot. It's fine. Without any surges, each trip is roughly 40 seconds, and I have 150-ish trips left. That makes this about an hour and a half. That isn't that bad, I guess, but I think I could death pile and store things with death to get an extra several inventory spots, but I'm probably not going to do that. The XP from doing this is horribly slow. I ran out of run energy. Okay, I finished up the rune crafting with some miasma and flesh runes because I may need those at some point for gear or something, I don't know. I also went fishing to AFK for a bit while listening to a podcast. I think it's time to go back to the Glacor though. We need 18 more kills. Thanks to the Penantora, actually, I don't even need to make prayer potions, which is pretty OP. Like, these kills take 0 supplies now. I can use the runes for resonance and whatever and use no food. It's fantastic. Dark Nylas, that is a new log slot, but I don't think that's going to be very useful outside of the collection log completion. I've done some theory crafting, and I do not think the tier 95 langs are going to be actually useful for this account build at all. With the requirements of the hybrid setup going on. Maybe the tier 95 main hand will be good for the special attack, but I'm not sure because I'm not going to use a lot of abilities with it. But I think there are other best in slot weapons for me. However, I will definitely make the adornments if I can. And that is 100 normal mode Archglacior kills, the vast majority of which were this episode, and the majority of which were 5 mechanics. Of course, a few of them weren't, but whatever. I'm gonna finish out this aura with 2 more kills and hope for a drop this episode really quick. No dice. Looks like we're back at it in the next video. Drop a like if you enjoyed this one, subscribe for more ESO, Runescape 3, and Baldur's Gate 3 content, and if you haven't seen the previous episodes, check out the playlist up here. And I'll see you guys all in the next episode where we will finally be taking on Grigorovic for the first time. I'll see you all in the next excuse. P.S. Cleared out my inventory for what's next, and Arch Glacor is just an Ironman money printer. Look at that cash stack. Welcome back to Creative Excuses. In the previous episodes, we have worked really hard to get 80 prayer, best in slot hybrid armor, some decent food and healing potions, and so much more, all so that we can get our real best in slot armor to close out this first season of the Ultimate Ironman. Full Anima Core of Sliske from Grigorovic. This episode, we are pulling ever closer to grinding out Greg and finishing our first massive set of account goals. Let's jump into it. We are so close. There it is! 80 prayer for Grigorovic. We are basically ready for our first Greg fights. Let's just give it a shot and see if we need anything else for this grind. All right, I've stacked up some kill count for a few hours of Greg. I'm gonna waste 40 of those kill count for just one kill, but that's okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Here we go. That did not go well. Okay, this first fight was so much harder than killing the Arch Glacor. The Glacor deals basically 0 damage compared to Greg, and so there are a few upgrades I think we're going to need before we can push for our first 100 Greg kills. Most importantly, we're going to need Devotion so that we can mitigate way more of the range damage that Greg is dealing. And next, we're going to need a Summoning Familiar that can help us either deal more damage or can heal us a bit. Remember, one of my Ultimate Ironman rules is that I cannot use Beasts of Burden like the Terror Bird, Tortoise, Yak, or Mammoth, so I'm going to need something else. Luckily, I can just AFK the 0 mechanic Arch Glacor thanks to the Ghost, so I can farm out tons of charms really quickly. Our summoning goal is going to be 68 for Bunyips, which offer passive healing, or even better, 78 for Granite Lobsters, which have superpowers. Oh, this week is amazing for anima crystals, so I'm going to buy all of them up. Hey, and I got an Herblore level from that lamp too. Nice. Editor's note, I did not buy up the anima crystals. I completely forgot. I bought one and then forgot the other 2 like a dummy. Only 3 more anima crystals for 100% drop rate. Amazing. I am going to need that. Oh, another upgrade I'm going to need. I need a cleaned out inventory, like bad. Like 15 inventory spots is just not enough right now. Okay, let's try a little summoning and see how this goes. We're going to try out some vampire bats first and just see if that's any good for experience. Collecting these ashes definitely isn't fast, but it is easy, and they actually drop some useful seeds for the future, like Limport seeds and Marindil seeds. 150 or so initial pouches should get us some good XP, but let's see how far it gets us. We're starting at 31 summoning. Beautiful. Level 40 summoning in just 2 minutes at the obelisk. 40 summoning is huge because now we can make bronze minotaurs until 46, where we can switch to iron minotaurs and pyre lords, which both have very easy secondaries. Based on the calculator, it looks like we're going to need to get somewhere between 500 and 1,000 more charms total to reach our goal of 68 summoning. That is easy enough, I think, and I might as well start it off at the Arch Glacor. I don't have to AFK right this moment though, so back to 5 mechanics we go. Oh my gosh, I forgot about summoning focuses. These drops from Arch Glacor give 20% extra XP, so if we get our charms from Glacor, we're gonna get extra XP from these, and we're gonna need fewer charms, which just makes this the summoning boss. It's so easy. Wow. Super Necropots make a huge difference. Like, the 315 is a great kill time, and 80 Constitution at the same time. Nice timing. Now, if only I could get that book real quick, Mr. Glacor. Pretty please? I got 10 pages burning a hole in my pocket right now. Freezing a hole in my pocket? I don't know. I want the book. 307. New record, but I feel awful right now, so I'm gonna go AFK now. During the last episode, I made a ton of runes for use with Lesser Bone Shield, and it took way longer than I wanted. So to make future efforts at making runes a bit easier, I'm gonna AFK rune crafting when I have some downtime and don't want to kill anything. Back at the Glacor, and we get another Necro level. Awesome. Every level is more accuracy and more damage, which is fantastic. I forgot. I want to try using the curse spell for some extra damage. It's like 5% extra damage. It's a mini vulnerability and it only costs 1 inventory space, and it's only chaos runes. Like, those are so freaking cheap. Okay, so I keep trying different rotations, and honestly, I think a large number of them are like very, very, very similar in damage. The wiki bars kind of suck because they never build adrenaline for defensive thresholds, and the ones from the PVM encyclopedia seems to rely on the Zuck cape. From testing these different bars out and making my own, they're all very similar in damage. Even removing the zombie seems to be like about the same as having it there. Okay, that aura is up. Let's go try and unlock the devotion ability from God Wars. Hey, crafting level while clearing out my inventory. I really do love these Dragonstone drops. They are my favorite. I can't wait to streak and get like a 2k Dragonstone drop. Just the juicy XP. 130 kills in, and I am a little disappointed I don't have either sacrifice or devotion right now. Okay, this is a lot of kills, and I still have nothing. Hey, I didn't see it in the chat, but now we have sacrifice. That is going to be a little bit extra healing every once in a while. Cool. Like, I know this is still faster than doing the Tuska minigame again, but honestly, I kind of wish I'd just pushed for it in the past when I got the armor in Tuska's Wrath. Like, I was already there. It wouldn't have been that bad. 508 Bandos monster kills, still no devotion. Like, is it supposed to take this long? It was definitely faster on my old Ironman. Over 600 kills this hour. My aura ran out. I got almost 200,000 necromancy to hit level 88, and I still don't have devotion. I know an hour-long grind is nothing, but like, oh my gosh, I want the drop. I lied. It was almost 300,000 XP in that hour, which is honestly, like, that's not bad XP considering it only costs some like ectoplasm and a vampirism aura. That's actually really good AFK XP. If I just had the Slayer level for the Blood Velds, those things were so annoying. Oh my gosh, I finally got it after like 950 kills or something. Time-wise, like, it's not really that long, but I really didn't like doing that for some reason. Oh well, it's done forever, and now we have the second best defensive ability in the game. Editor's note? What did Past Me think the best defensive ability was? Oh! Resonance! Duh! We've got 1 hour until my Penance Aura recharges. Let's get some bronze bars going for summoning in the meantime. 150 bronze bars, done. Let's see how far this goes. Level 49, not bad. More than doubled our previous XP and unlocked Iron Minotaurs and Pyre Lords at the same time. Next up, let's try and make some Pyre Lord pouches, which I think means going to Seer's Village. Yep, Seer's Village, and this is gonna be a lot of running, but super worth it. This is such an easy secondary. You just like run here, you buy it, you run back. Bank it. So much walking. Fun fact, if you click on Ignatius to trade with him and then he lights a fire, it interrupts your motion like, hold up. Let him cook. Okay, I've got 309 tinderboxes. Hey, 54 summoning from those. Not bad. Awesome. That is another 5 levels, but I didn't unlock another Minotaur yet. For that, I'm gonna need 2 more levels. And there it is, 56. Only 150 tinderboxes later. Excellent. Time to mine some iron and coal. In order to mine coal wicked fast, I'm going to make a few porters really quick because these can bank 5 coal into the ore bank at a time for me every time I mine concentrated coal in the Living Rock Caverns. This cool feature is what's going to make Mithril Minotaurs the easiest to gather secondary for summoning training until I can use the water talismans I get from the Arch Glacor. So with just these 3 necklaces, that's 150 coal worth of charges, which is super quick and awesome. This is going to be super fast. All right, you know the drill by now. 156 bars. Hey, 3 more levels from that. Not bad, but not great. I think I'm going to do the rest of these Crimson Charms as Pyre Lords to see where that gets us before I send it on to the rest of the Blue Charms, just in case I unlock the Mithril Minotaurs first. Just kidding. I literally need to double my experience from where I'm at now, and another 434 Pyrelings is just not gonna get me that much XP. So I think I'm low on charms, but that's no problem. We'll just get more of those. How about some more Glacor? We're at 135 kill count, and I'm gonna do a few of these kills before I go to bed. I lied earlier. Remember when I said, you know, the zombie on the bar doesn't make a big difference? Definitely put the zombie on the end of your bar. It makes a difference in your kill times, like a big one. Oh, hey, 2 salvage drops in a row, which completely pays for all of the summoning that we just did. An effigy. Okay, I absolutely love these things. See, on my Ironman, my main Ironman, I AFK the Arch Glacor specifically for them so that I can level my dungeoneering. Like, I know I should just token farm instead, but whatever. I use these to level dungeoneering. I can't use this now though because we don't have the skills unlocked. You need like 90 million and a bunch of skills or whatever. You can still turn them into the Varrock Museum for a 5,000 experience lamp, and that's going to be some herblore experience, of course. All right, another aura is up, and we are at 147 total Arch Glacor kills, which means I only did 12 kills that hour. Let's go get some more summoning levels. 474 Pyrelords made in less than an hour. That is nice. According to the calculator, I need roughly 280 Steel Minotaurs to unlock Mithril Minotaurs. Time to mine. Oh my gosh, blue charms are a hell of a drug. Look at those XP drops. We're just a few bars short for 66, but that's totally fine because I have them in the bank or like right here. And there is 66 summoning, unlocking Mithril Minotaurs, which is likely going to be our path to the 90s in summoning. That's awesome. Let's clean up 68 really quick so that we can make bunyips. That only took like 3 minutes. Sick. Since the last clip, I've done another hour of Arch Glacor where I leveled up to 89 Necromancy and got an effigy drop, which gave me 52 herblore. I've just been mining since then to get all the mithril ore that I'm going to need to get 74 summoning for granite lobsters, which is going to make our Arch Glacor kills just so much faster in the future. But that is going to do it for this episode. I'm trying something new out for the next few weeks with shorter videos on my RuneScape progress each week. If you like this format, let me know in the comments. I think it's going to let me put out content much faster because each project is smaller and so less intimidating to start. The next episode is going to come out later this week, so get subscribed. And if you want even faster updates, join my Discord and come hang out. Until then, I'll see you all in the next excuse. Welcome back to Creative Excuses and the ultimate Ironman for RuneScape 3. Previously, we ground out 68 summoning to summon bunyips for healing, which will hopefully make the Gregorovic grind that's coming up so much easier. But there are a few other grinds I should do before jumping into the Greg grind in full. That's kind of Ironman mode though, right? Like, you want to grind one thing, and so you gotta do like 6 other things. It's the whole thing. While it would be nice to grind out 80 cooking to use the sharks that Greg drops, and 80 construction to use the magic logs, I think I might just eat the inventory space and hold on to those and work on those requirements later. However, there is one other combat grind that I also think could be very worth it, and that is very thematic for this character, and that's a Dragon Hatchet. The Dragon Hatchet grind is super common on early Ironman for its excellent woodcutting capabilities, of course, but I don't care about that at all right now. I'm actually way more interested in its special attack, which is a very nice budget Statius Warhammer spec. If you're an old school player, this would be the equivalent of a Dragon Warhammer spec. The Dragon Hatchet special attack reduces enemy defense by 5% each time you use it, which is not much, but it also decreases their defense affinity by 3 for 1 minute, and the spec only costs 30% adrenaline, whereas the Bone Dagger, another option for this, costs like 75%. This is an amazing debuff, which will increase my hit chance, which should also increase my damage tremendously. To get it though, we should snag 60 magic, a Gothic staff, and then we'll start killing some Dagonoth kings. I think let's do another hour of Arch Glacor and then we'll train some magic. You know, I thought these spirit weeds were used in an easy low level potion, but they're not. Like not at all. They're used for summoning potions, which are super hard to make, and super necromancy potions, which shouldn't be too bad at all. Until then, these spirit weed seeds are kind of useless, which sucks, but I have so many of them I don't want to get rid of them. So I don't know. I really just want another Nyla drop so that I can get that inventory space out. All right, another hour done. No Nyla, no book, but no problem. Whatever. Lots of money again though. Like we're up to almost 22 million gold. The Glacor is an Ironman money printer, and I still have like 5 million more gold stored up at the Zamorak chest. So that's just wild. Okay, here we go. AFK magic training. We want 60 for the Gothic staff before we go to Dagonoth Rex, just to make it a little easier. There we go. That was easy. 60 magic. Now I'm going to the mage training arena really quick. I'm gonna grab a Gothic staff and head to the DKs. Easy peasy. Now for 100 casts of this Divine Storm spell to unlock the special attack. And 3 minutes later, without even switching combat modes, it's all done. That is a big boy. First kill. Oh, wait, I should grab some fire runes. It'll bump up my damage by a ton by using their weakness, which is awesome. So much better. Okay, 5 kills in and I am bored. This is not fun bossing. I much prefer tri-birding this in the late game. That's pretty good fun, especially with like free prayer from a Bone Crusher and Demon Horn or Dragon Tooth Necklace. That's big fun. This not big fun. Hey, that's a cool drop at least. Too bad I don't need it for like 6 to 12 months or something. I don't know. I think there's a way I can store this though, so I'm gonna hang on to it. 25 kill count, no big spoon just yet. Here's hoping. 62 magic, 50 kill count, no hatchet, 75 KC. No hatchet. 76 kills? That's a warrior's ring. Same drop rate as hatchet. 82 KC, dragon hatchet, freaking sick. This is gonna help so much at the Glacor and at Greg, I think. Okay, I'm clearing out my inventory for whatever we're gonna do next, which means figuring out how to store this stupid berserker's ring. For that, I need to complete the Carnelian Rising quest, which requires Haziel's cult. So let's join a cult? I don't know what this quest is about. Okay, I almost joined the cult, but I decided not to murder instead. So I'll probably murder someone else in the quest later. You know, as all good heroes do. Told you so. Giga Chad armor right there. Oh my gosh. And quest complete. Okay, well, that is unreadable to start our next quest. Jagex! Let's see if we can do this without an empty inventory. If we can't, then I'm gonna have to death pile and store things with Herald, and that just This voice acting reminds me of Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, which, like, that's not a bad thing. How did anyone approve this quest? We're tying up a child in the sewers. That's so weird. The sass.
Tool belts are for the working classes.
I might actually die during this quest. The quest is complete, but I just realized that if I had died to that wolf in that last clip, I would have lost everything and been very big sad. Okay, so the storage method is this. This quest unlocks a box. You can put the ring in the box, you can destroy the box, and then you can reclaim the box. And when you reclaim the box, you get your items back. And does it work with noted items? It does. That means I can actually stack up 10 rings later on and store them all here without issue. That is amazing. I have a feeling that this storage is going to be used for a lot of weird stuff on this account. All right, let's continue clearing out some inventory space by mining some more coal to get rid of this ore box. We need roughly 800 coal for our mithril bars. Hey, a little over 1k coal, but now I can drop the box. Cool. Up next, back to the Glacor to try and get rid of this Nyla drop. Hey, 329 with the help of Clobber from the Dragon Hatchet and a potion, a Necromancy potion. Oh, that is for sure a new record. 3 minutes and 6 seconds. We are getting somewhere. Holy crap. We got it. We freaking got it. Oh my gosh, we're ready for the Greg grind. We're so freaking ready. Excuse me, I'm so sick. I should not be talking into the microphone. Oh my gosh, I've never had this book before. How many kill count are we on? What are we at? What are you at? We're at 180 kills. Oh my gosh. We're going to Greg. We're going. So this book has an additional +3 damage bonus over the Tome of which is, you know, slightly more than 0, but it has a +4 extra prayer bonus, which is awesome. And most importantly, this book has a toggleable passive effect, which is going to give us some extra AoE damage, and more than anything, just a bunch of extra damage. The dream list for Greg is like pretty much achieved. We're only missing 74 summoning for my precious granite lobsters, but whatever, that can wait. We are starting the Greg grind right now. I'm so excited. Okay, but I'm actually a little conflicted on this Nyla and the Glacor remnants. I want to get the drop log item from using them to make the first tier of wings, but I want the inventory space, so I think I'm gonna hang on to them for now because I'll still be killing the Glacor for charms, I think, unless I go AFK Cal fights instead. We'll see. There we go. There's proof that I can get a shark from swarm fishing, which is perfect. I think I'll just do this every time I need some... No, that's dumb. It's way more efficient to just have a stack so that I don't have to lose time in my instances, because getting kill count for instances sucks. All right, I'm gonna try out an hour of Greg and just see how many kills that I can get and if I can even do an hour at all. So far, not so good. That's tough. This is gonna be a sweaty grind, I think. Getting better, but I really have to be on top of cycling my defensive abilities. If I don't have Reflect, Debilitate, or Devotion up, I'm just gonna die and or eat all of my food, which is almost as bad. Unfortunately, I am actually out of Guthix rest potions already though. Like, I'm probably gonna use a metric crap load of these things every hour, so I need to make a big stack. I think right here is where I'm going to call this video so that for the next one, I can open it up showing off some beefy supplies and a clean inventory. Time to go to work. All right, everyone, thank you for making it this far. If you like this video, subscribe and join my Discord server linked in the description. We've got a few awesome people in there chatting about RuneScape consistently, and it has been a great time hanging out with viewers and friends. You can also get more frequent updates on the account if you join. I still have a ton more footage to edit, so until next time, binge watch the series again, and I'll see you all in the next excuse. Welcome back to Creative Excuses and the Ultimate Ironman account. Last video, we knocked out 2 of the final pieces of the dream setup so that we can grind out Glacor for our best in slot armor. This episode, we are going to knock out a few quick grinds to clear out some inventory space, and then we're going to work on the supplies we are absolutely going to need to grind out Greg over 1,000 or so unalives. Keep watching to see the sick and easy Ironman friendly herb lore method that we're going to use to stock up on one of our most important potions. Let's jump into it. That is 70 summoning and 2 newly freed up inventory spots thanks to getting rid of those charms. In the words of the spiffing Brit, lovely jubbly. That doesn't sound as good coming from an American, does it? The next thing we need to do to clear up our inventory space is get rid of these stone spirits. So let's go mining. The crazy thing is that this mining grind that I'm about to set out on is going to give us like 2/3 of the ores that we need for level 90 smithing. It almost makes me want to go back to the Glacor and stock up on a few more stone spirits to finish this out, but not yet. I'm going to spend a lot of time in the Glacor in the future for book pages, for charms, and probably so much more, and I don't particularly need 90 smithing yet, so there's no reason to go back for now. All right, I have a lot of work to do while I mine these 2.4k stone spirits, so I'm gonna see you back when I'm finished with them. I expect this is gonna take a couple days, if not a week. We'll see. Okay, so I was freaking the freak out because in my inventory, I see I'm missing the Bainite stone spirits, so I ran back thinking I accidentally shift dropped them or something. Nope, I didn't. They are in the ore box now. I had no idea. That's actually super convenient, but I was so scared that I just lost 2,400 Bainite ore. Whew. Okay, now bye. I'll see you all very soon. Now is soon. I'm not done with the Bainite ore, but I'm smarter now, apparently. When you put the stone spirits in your ore box, you can actually get rid of the ore box, and when you make it again, it'll have all of your stone spirits in it still. That's amazing. But only if you make it of the same tier of ore box. That means to save on inventory space, I don't actually need to use these stone spirits now. I just need to store them in the ore box, which is awesome. That's huge news and means I don't have to AFK the rest of these, so I can AFK something else for inventory space. Oh, I'm back. I just finished mining and holy crap, I actually want to play the game. Let's check how many ore we got really quick. 4,931. That's almost 2,500 Bainite bars, which is a lot of smithing XP. I think that's like around level 88 or 89, which is nuts. But I want to play the game. So what's next? A herb lore grind. We need a ton of Guthix rest potions to jump fully into the Greg grind because it is a potion that heals us without taking away adrenaline. And it gives us temporary poison immunity, which means Greg will deal a lot less damage. Both of those things are essential, and conveniently, there's a way for us to get a ton of the necessary herbs. The Chaos Druid Dungeon. You may remember this from an earlier episode when I said I was going to kill these guys for a big stack of herbs. Well, past me was dumb me, and I don't have to do any murder here. The herbs actually just spawn. So all I have to do is hop between worlds and pick them up until my herb stack and inventory is full. And then I note them and run back and do it all over again. It's also worth noting that there's a Ranar spawn and an Irit spawn in this room. I'm gonna get a ton of herb lore XP from this method, I think. Inventory is full, everything is noted, and I have written down how much of each herb I have, and I'm gonna send it for a full hour to see how many of these I can gather in the next hour, and then I'll do a price check for you somehow. Just to see if it's worth any money. Okay, it's actually only been 30 minutes, but I think it's a pretty good sample. I picked up roughly 80 of each herb, which would be about 160 an hour. That's not as fast as I hoped, but if I want a solid stack of Guthix rest potions, it's it's going to be a few hours of world hopping or so. At 11,000 GP per world hop and 80 world hops in roughly 30 minutes, that looks like it's about 1.6 million GP per hour, which is approximately nothing. According to the wiki, killing chickens is 2.4 million gold an hour right now, so this is not good for non-Ironmen. For Ironmen, this is pretty solid. Getting this many Guthix rests, like, it's useful herbs, it's useful potions, that's awesome, but not for mains. Don't do this. Just don't. But it is roughly 40k Herblord XP an hour. That's not terrible, I don't think, though maybe I should try stealing seeds somewhere instead. Maybe that's better. But I think I'd need a minimum of like 32 Harlander and Marintil seeds per hour from Master Farmers in order to beat this gathering rate for Guthix Rest Potions, and I don't think that's possible. Okay, so for the actual method to do this gathering, it's very specific. There is a most efficient method, and it is to move along this line. So you want to stand on this tile right on the corner of here, and you can reach the Harlander and the Irit with your area loot from here. And then you want to go this way, Surge, and then you can reach the Marintil that's over there. So you can loot that. Then you walk to this spot right here, and you can reach the Ranar that's in the corner. And then every time you world hop, your Surge, it comes off cooldown. So you world hop, you loot it, you move there, you loot it, Surge, walk 2 tiles, and you loot. And it's super quick. You can also use dive if you have it, and it's great. Fun story. If you look at my inventory really fast, you can see spoilers for the future episodes. Did you get it? I don't know. We'll see. Drop in the comments if you saw it. Just real quick, thank you so much for the support on these videos. It has been really cool getting to chat with those of you in the comments and in the Discord. It's been fantastic. If you are interested in supporting the series a little more concretely, check out the merch store linked below in the description and below the video. Literally just one sticker purchase from one person on one video doubles how much I make from that video. So it would mean an absolute ton if you considered buying one if you like any. I've got plans to make a sick Ultimate Ironman sticker in the future. I just have to find an artist. Anyway, back to the video. Okay, that is over 500 Guthix Rest worth of herbs, over 500 prayer potions, and over 500 super attack potions. I'm gonna make everything except the prayer potions because I don't need the prayer pots right now, and they take up the same inventory space as herbs as they will as potions, so it doesn't really matter. First step is to make a bunch of unfinished Harlander potions. Okay, I think I need to start death piling more so that I have more inventory space when I need to do grinds like this. Like, this is so slow. It took like 35 to 40 minutes to make all those unfinished potions, and now I've got to clean all the Marintils and then make the potions. Okay, at least the XP is like okay now. Training Herblore on an Ultimate Ironman is pretty tedious. Editor's note, it's pretty tedious because you haven't figured out the preset system yet, you dummy. In a few episodes, you're going to figure it out, and it's going to make this so much easier. Probably. 54! Last inventory of Guthix Rest. 522 3-dose potions made. That better last a while, Greg. I'm dropping these Marintils because I only need them in the same amount as Hardlanders, which I'll likely be getting from the hopping method at the same time anyway, so the extra stack like just doesn't do me any good. Next up, super attack potions after I go do some IRL stuff. 56, 57, heck yeah, ended at level 58 Herblore with 15k to go until 59, and still 580 prayer potions to make at some point. Now I do want more inventory spots still, so I'm gonna get rid of these Glacor drops, which is a shame, but oh well. That felt terrible to destroy. Oh well, that's the game mode. This should be plenty of inventory space for now, but loot is gonna, of course, reduce that, so we may have to clear out some more spots in the future. For now, this is what we're starting the Greg grind with. That is 10 Greg kills. These are about 2 to 2.5 minute kills, which is not terrible. It's not great, but whatever, it's what we're doing. Awesome, we got 2 shark drops back to back, which is excellent for our bunyip. We're gonna make a few scrolls, and then I'm gonna tell you why these are so good to get. Okay, never mind. So bunyips have this really cool ability to use their scroll to swallow raw fish as food for you and heal you the same amount the fish would heal you if it was cooked. But apparently you still need the cooking level? That sucks. So I still need 80 cooking to be able to use these sharks adrenaline free. Just in general to use them. I I guess I know what my next AFK grind is going to be. All right. I have died 5 times in a row now. And I am tilted off of this planet. And guess I'm coming back tomorrow. Today, we are going to try something new. We are going to get some food that my bunyip can actually eat for me to heal larger amounts a bit faster than Guthix rests, but still without costing adrenaline. I could try to grind out 80 cooking for sharks, but that's another long grind. It would just take time away from Greg, and I might not actually need to do that yet, so instead, I'm just going to start with the ghostly souls and see how that goes. An additional buff that we can also get today is more damage from weapon poison. Elite Dungeons 1, 2, and 3 mobs all drop weapon poison plus doses, common enough that I think I can try farming them out alongside some experience in necromancy and defense. This is going to be a significant damage boost against Greg, as he can be poisoned. So first things first, let's get some raw fish and then give Elite Dungeons 3 a try for weapon poison plus. If it takes too long to get sufficient doses, then I'm just going to switch gears and we'll make the lowest tier variant with simple Quarm and Dragon scales at level 60 herb lore. According to the herb lore calculator, I should have enough Ranar to actually make potions enough for 60 herb lore, which is perfect, so maybe it was meant to be. Ranars are cleaned. Now I need to gather 579 snape grass. This is going to take a while, isn't it? I thought it would be fastest to gather snape grass from the hobgoblins near Remington, but the wiki shows that fungal mages drop 4 noted snape grass commonly, along with a bunch of herbs. That means they could be pretty solid with only 2,900 life points, so let's give them a shot. Holy crap, look at that Death Skulls go. It's taken me about 2 hours to gather this much snape grass, and I've gotten a full defense level off of it, which is pretty crazy too. But it feels reasonably efficient because I'm getting pure essence at the same time and some Marentil and Harlander seeds, which of course I can plant. And there we go, 580 snape grass, almost 2,000 essence, which would have been more if I'd been picking it up from the beginning, but I was a dum-dum and I didn't. Unfinished potions are complete, and let's finish them. 59 herb lore, 1 more level. 60! That is weapon poison unlocked, which should be a nice little DPS bump for not much effort at all. Just need some Quarms and a few dragon scales. All potions done. I just need to clear my inventory out a little bit, grab some raw food, and get back to Greg in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching this far. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe, and join my Discord at the link in the description to chat, get early updates on where my Ultimate Ironman is now, and even help influence the direction of the account with theory crafting. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next excuse. Last episode of the Ultimate Ironman, we went on a big supply grind for Greg after he kicked our teeth in a little bit. We picked up some raw food for our bunyip to eat for us. We snagged 60 herb lore so that we can make our own basic weapon poison for a little bit of extra damage. And we made a bunch of Guthix rests because they are an excellent food that doesn't cost adrenaline to eat. But in between episodes, I did a little more research and I learned about these beautiful protection powders that offer 10% additional mitigation from our protection prayers. That is actually a 20% damage mitigation buff because of, math. So those are going to make a world of difference at Greg. But spoilers, I think later in the episode, we're going to have to go back to the drawing board anyway because this boss is just so hard. Stick around to hear the new plan. So what are these protection powders? Well, they are powders ground from gliding whirligig shells caught with a crocodile at Het's Oasis. Because Runescape, I don't know. You need 15 gliding shells to make 1 powder, and you need these roses in order to lure the whirligigs into your pool to catch. It's a whole process, but I don't think it should be too bad. I thought I was gonna have to refill the flowers for every 4 whirligigs, but that's just not how it works. Instead, it's 1 flower, 1 whirligig, and that's it. It's awesome. But waiting for every single shell for the crocodile to go get it and then bring it back, that's tedious. So I think the best method for doing this for the upgrades is to just put a few flowers in to spawn in 1 whirligig at a time and then try to stack as many plain whirligigs per gliding catch as possible. This was definitely designed with a long zoom distance in mind. First, unlock. This is super sweaty, but I need 17 more flowers to get to a full 6 hours of powders, and it turns out that you can hunt and farm at the same time super click intensively. Just from that little sweat, I hit 500 whirligigs already. We will have these upgrades in no time. 120 shells. That is 8 powders, which is 4 full hours of protection powder. This is going to be our full inventory setup for Greg. 5 Guthix rest potions, 8 raw ghostly souls to eat with my bunyip, 1 dose of weapon poison. We're going to have passive healing from the bunyip active, a protection powder active, giving us an effective 20% damage reduction, and we'll have weapon poison active to give us just the tiniest bit more damage. "25 kills. Honestly, these kills are still super stressful though. Yep, there's my first powder lost. That sucks. 1 minute and 48 seconds. That is a big improvement. And there goes my second powder lost this hour. That is rough, buddy. Well, there is the first hour done. We used a total of 4 protection powders there, which is not great. That means we died way more than we should be, but we did get up to our first 34 kills. Given how spicy these kills are though, I think I might need to reevaluate my plans here. Can I grind out 1500 kills like this for the armor set? Yes, I could. Should I? No, I should not. I'll burn out. So I'm gonna do some thinking, some theory crafting, and see what we can do to make these a bit smoother. All right, I went on this huge spiel about the upgrades that I can get, and honestly, I think it and the mountain of Arch Glacor clips that came after it with like Chaos Elemental 2, it was just boring. It was boring. Here's the too long, didn't edit. We killed a bunch of Arch Glacor for charms and money to get 74 or higher summoning for granite lobsters, which have the ability to lower enemy defense while adding some damage. That's awesome. We killed a bunch more Arch Glacor and some Chaos Elemental to get another 540 boss kills so that we can siphon the adrenaline crystal from War's Retreat, which is going to let us start kills at 100% adrenaline. And finally, we need to complete the Daughter of Chaos through the succession quests so that we can get the Infernal Puzzle Box tier 6, which is going to prevent our adrenaline loss outside of combat, which means I can start the Greg fights with defensive abilities ready to go. These 3 upgrades are huge, so we're going to pick it up where things got interesting to edit again. Around, say, like, it's finally time! Archaeology, my favorite click and wait in the game. The grind for 40 archaeology starts right now, and we need 40 archaeology for the Daughter of Chaos quest. So I'm gonna go do the tutorial and get set up so that I can AFK this while I edit a different video. 5 archaeology already. This skill is gonna be so fast during the early levels, right? Right? These cutscenes with the text and images get a lot of hate, but honestly, I really like them. They're pretty cool. In-game cutscenes are good too, of course, and probably better, but these are like a different kind of cool. I do like the art that they use. And there is our first artifact. That makes this a good time to explain what archaeology actually is, I think. Basically, it's mining, but smaller and with more story. First, you go to various dig sites themed after the different gods from the first God Wars, Zeros, Zamorak, Ceridome, and Armadil and Bandos. At each site, there are a variety of levels of excavation spots, essentially mining spots, where you get materials and artifacts to repair with those materials. There are also lots of lore things to do, like solving mysteries, reading books, and so on in each dig site, as well as completing collections of artifacts for various collectors all over the game world. It's a really cool system. The biggest difference between mining and archaeology, though, is that the bulk of your archaeology experience does not come from excavating. It comes from restoring artifacts like this. This one artifact just jumped me from level 9 to 11 at these low levels, and later on, the XP from artifacts gets pretty nutty. Honestly, though, if you're watching the series as an old school RuneScape player, 1, please say hi, and 2, I would recommend playing RuneScape 3 just to play through archaeology. This is the best click and wait in the entire game. It's so good. Fun story, I had huge technical problems, so even though I now have 40 archaeology thanks to these batteries, I haven't even started that previous video, and today has just been a rough day. In the meantime, I'm gonna go AFK more Arch Glacor, probably without looting anything for a nice break, and some more kill count. We're still trying to get that 540. 92 Necromancy, and as you can see, I'm still looting things because I just can't help myself. All right, that was some good AFK. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do the same, but while I work on some other stuff. With just 2.5 more hours of AFKing the Glacor, we will have the Adrenaline Crystal unlocked. Then we can go get the Infernal Puzzle Box, upgrade it through the quest line, and finally get back to Greg for another test, hopefully this same episode. I AFK'd the crap out of that. and got some really good non-YouTube work done because of it. So that's exciting. Oh, it's so beautiful. I can finally start kills at 100% adrenaline, which is a game changer, like a huge game changer. I can ult right away. I can start with defensives. I can use a special. Also, I said I couldn't help it. I looted more, and now there is so much summoning to do. It's been a few days since I've logged in because questing always keeps me from playing, but I think it's high time that we jump in and do the Daughter of Chaos quest series. All right, with my inventory cleared out and a nice crafting level in the bag, it is quest time. This place is a maze. You know what they say about dying inside of someone's memory? It's a minor inconvenience. Player model rework when? That chat head just looks so much better too. Oh my gosh, it hurts. Jagex, please give us the rework. Did that just say Dommy? I swear it said Dommy. I really don't like executions. The plot thickens. Is Anne Dimitri Trindine? I bet she is. Ah, I was right. Not that it was like not obvious. Quest complete. Holy archaeology XP, Batman. And the infernal puzzle box. Awesome. We need to kill some demons to level up to tier 3, I think. Actually, looks like I've already killed a lot of demons, so this isn't going to take long at all. Civil War 1 mini quest here. Honestly, a war between the werewolves and the vampires in Mauritania would be a cool world development out of this. I think that'd be kind of fun. With that complete, we now have the puzzle box tier 3, which means that we don't drain adrenaline outside of combat. Yes, Greg does not stand a chance. But I still want this thing on my tool belt because I want that inventory space. So there is that. Oh, thank God. It looks like I've done a single wilderness flash event. No clue. No clue which one or when I did that, though. I don't even remember it in a video, and I literally have watched my own series, so I don't know. I am dead. They're referencing the Kinky Sammy art. Like, they're actually referencing it. Is this in-game? I feel like it's in-game somewhere. That's amazing. The art is canon. Civil War 2 and 3 are complete. Time for Succession. Honestly, I thought this quest line was going to take forever to complete, but it's only been like a few hours. This is like really fast. Adrastia runs like she is very happy. This is amazing. Awkward. I don't have Menaphos unlocked, so I guess we're going to do that real quick too. 10 out of 10 game. No notes. Oh, I do love Menaphos. This is one of the prettiest places in the entire game, and it came out like right after I started playing Runescape again back in college, so this is just awesome. Completed! Let's go to the library. This lighting is super funky. Terra Guardians are humans, right? Sarah Dolman was a human? I've not paid enough attention. I'm gonna have to pay more attention. Worth a shot. It looked really cool, honestly. So the quest is basically over, but honestly, it was a little anticlimactic. Like, the lore of the story says that this was a huge moment, that we saved the world, but the quest series is only 2 quests long with a few mini quests in between that only took like 2 minutes each. And the requirements were like nothing at all. Like, it feels like Missing Presumed Death, where the stakes of the story don't match the gameplay and the requirements at all. I don't know. It's kind of rough, but I did enjoy it, especially Adrastia following. That was fantastic. 10 out of 10. Oh, it's a song. This is a song. I'm so glad that I have the music muted. I would probably be cringing so hard. This quest ending was super weird though. I didn't really care about the coronation at all, but the Moya stuff was kind of cool, I guess. I'm guessing we're gonna see her again in the future. I don't know. But anyway, now we get to these juicy XP lamps. That is 67 magic and 63 herb lore from the lamps, and I can dive now. Oh, the power. I just AFK'd a little bit and ground out all the mithril that I need to finish up these blue charms, and now we are 4 summoning levels higher. Next up, we have to get a metric crap load of granite for a stack of 1,800 granite lobsters. I guess it's time for more mining. This shouldn't take too long, but I don't have the bandit camp lodestone, so maybe it's gonna be rough. I don't know. And I forgot to unlock the Menaphos lodestone. Well, here it goes. We'll pick this up next episode when I've finished mining and turning this granite into smaller pieces to make our lobsters. And then I promise we're gonna try some more Greg. I promise, okay? Subscribe and come back. I'll see you all in the next excuse. Welcome back to the Ultimate Ironman series, where we are taking on the game with an empty bank. On the last episode, we spent a bunch of time reworking our plan to kill our Season 1 final boss, Glacor, because he was absolutely kicking our teeth in. We did some questing for an adrenaline upgrade from the Infernal Puzzle Box, we worked on getting basic weapon poisons for a little extra damage, and we started a summoning grind to get a really solid familiar for the grind. If you want to catch up on the series completely, check out the playlist in the pinned comment. Let's jump into it. Oh my gosh, this is going so much better already. I am swinging just kill after kill, which feels fantastic. There we go. This kill marks the end of the first real hour of the Greg grind. We started the hour at 35 Greg kills and ended at 54 with 3 deaths. So as I get better at the boss, I expect that to go up a little bit, maybe up to like 25 kills per hour, which I'm not unhappy at all with. But for now, at 20 kills an hour, we need like 60 hours to get the expected 1200 or so kills for a full armor set. That's going to take a bit. To finish this out, we need the following drops. We need 3 dormant armor pieces and 1 crest of Silscape for each piece of armor. The dormant armor drops are crap on their own because they don't do anything but take up space. So for every dormant piece we get, we need 1 crest to add to that piece, so it becomes a usable piece of armor. In total then, we need 6 drops, 3 crests and 1 of each armor piece. If we went exactly on rate, we would need about 960 kills to get everything, but this is Runescape. We aren't going to go right on rate, so probably we're going to need a bit more than that. Now, I don't have the supplies to grind all of that out in one sitting. Obviously, I don't even have the supplies for the next hour, so I'm going to stop bank standing like a main, and I'm going to get back to the supply grind. First, let's get some fishing done. We need a healthy set of ghostly souls to match these gothic rests, as we used anywhere from like 3 to 8 per kill over the last hour. It'd be super nice to be able to cook all of these sharks that are in my inventory, but I don't think it's worth the grind to go all the way to 80 cooking when the ghostly souls do get the job done. I'll hang on to the stack of sharks though. By far, the longest prep time though is going to be devoted to farming and hunter so that I can gather protection powders. I don't need the powders, but they make the kills a good deal less spicy because they make my prayers 10% stronger, which is 20% damage reduction. They're great, and I think they're super worth it. Okay, training like this, growing the flowers and catching at the same time is so sweaty, but I don't hate it for some reason, which is really weird. It's a little while later off that last clip, and I gave up on flowers for now. I'm just gonna be training, like trying to get the 2500 caught so that I can auto loot and make my life so much easier. We need only 700 more right now. I did discover that you can use a double click method here. If you double click each of the stacked scarabs, you almost always catch them. So you can stack 3 whirligigs each catch for maximum XP and scarabs per hour without having to move your mouse as much. Just double click, double click, double click, only move 3 times. It's much nicer than like trying to click, 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 click all over the place, you know? There is 50 hunter. Ooh, I unlocked an outfit. Okay, honestly, the top looks kind of cool. Maybe I'll use that sometime. Automatic looting unlocked. Excellent. Now I can do flowers and looting at the same time, which will be pretty efficient for gathering shells, I think. Hey, there's a golden rose. Too bad I can't do anything with that yet. I think I need to make a basket to save them. I think, or did I already do that? I don't know. All right, that is 12 hours worth of powders. If I don't die, much less if I do. It only took me, I didn't keep track. I don't actually know. But oh well, I got XP. I got a new fit. I'm not mad. Now, there is the filtration system built. I didn't actually know this was a thing, but a new Ultimate Ironman friend and dopamine deliverer told me about it, and it's pretty great. Maybe this will make the Golden Rose grind a lot easier in the future. Honestly, it depends on if we get lucky. It is a little late at night right now, so I don't want to get stuck in for an hour of Greg at the moment, so I'm going to make a small detour and just make some more poison potions. Time to farm out some Quorums, and we're going to get those from Exiled Calphite Guardians because they aren't just good for their crazy charm drops, they actually drop a lot of herblore supplies fairly regularly as well, which means this is a very nice AFK way of gathering some herbs. I probably won't grind out 200 Quorums like my inventory suggests, but this is such good AFK that I'm gonna do this until I feel ready to go back to Greg. Maybe tomorrow? There's 100 Quorums while playing some Wayfinder on my Steam Deck, and now I've got 12 seeds too, which I can plant and make a bunch of potions with. Potions are all done, seeds are planted. Let's kill some Greg. Whoops. Crap. That is a little earlier than expected. I can't use that. What the heck? Hey, that was almost a foodless kill. That's pretty good. And a new record to finish out that hour of Greg. We are at 77 kills, which means I did something like 23 kills this hour, which really is not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with that. Things I have learned so far though. The Dragon Hatchet spec is a bit of a waste. If I was tick perfect, maybe it would add some damage, but as it is, it doesn't really change much. Second, the Granite Lobster sometimes contributes some hit chance and sometimes doesn't. Like, I can't really tell how much or how often because I'm busy dying, but I do think it's helping more than the Bunyip was. Time for another hour. Disconnections suck, and they are just the nature of my crappy internet. That sucks. There is another death to a DC this hour. That hurts. All right, another hour done. Something I'm noticing is that using Reflect, I am actually flying through Necromancy runes, which I didn't expect. In like a roughly 90-second kill, I'll use probably like 3 Reflects, which is 15 runes per kill. That means I have less than 100 kills worth of runes right now, which is ridiculously suboptimal. I'm gonna need to do a lot of rune crafting to get the 1k kills. Like, I need like 15,000 runes or something, or I need to shave off 30 seconds, and then I still need like 10,000 runes. To get all the essence I'm gonna need, I'm gonna need to do a bunch of rituals, and then I gotta do the whole Ironman thing where I gotta get the pure essence, and it's so much. It looks like the most efficient way for me to use essence is going to be to complete powerful essence rituals, as they have the best conversion rate of pure essence to impure, but that takes an enormous amount of inks, which means I need to get to work on these. But I need inventory space for that so that I can continue grinding Greg for a few hours, which means I need to find a way to clear some space, and the Ironman distractions just don't stop. The easiest thing to do would of course be to drop the spirit seeds, grind out 75 range to get rid of Carol's crossbow and the ammo so that I can equip my Nexus, and maybe dropping the prayer potions. I think getting 75 range is probably the best idea. It saves 2 inventory spots, and that's pretty solid. And maybe I can find a way to gather pure essence at the same time. I can also bang out 60 woodcutting really quick on Acadias so that my Dragon Hatchet can go on my tool belt. I lied. It's on my tool belt and it still works. Freaking amazing. Thank God. No woodcutting, just 75 range, a bunch of essence, and then making a crap load of ink. No problem, right? So I went searching through the wiki and found that greater demons drop noted pure essence, and they're actually okay XP. This might be stupid, but oh well, I think this is gonna get the job done for 75 ranged. 75 ranged. Now to sell the bolt rocks and crossbow, because in the future when I want to train, I can just get the vanquish weapon from questing. So perfect. Now I'm gonna AFK for some more essence, this time Necromancy. All right, it's been a few hours. There is 10,000 essence from greater demons. I tried a few other monsters, and at this point in the account, these really are solid essence while AFKing, and if you play actively and target cycle your kills, they can be even better. Greater demons will tide me over until I get abyssal demons in the far future. The other awesome thing about these is look at the stack of U-logs and gold stone spirits. The U-logs are going to be awesome if I want to burn them for ashes or maybe use them for construction at Fort Farinthry. The gold stone spirits, though, can help me make heaps of porters in the future for mining or archaeology or for training my crafting or whatever. Like, there's so many things the porters can be used for. For now, though, it is ink prep time. We are going to do this at Acadias with teleporting to and from the bank. Let's go. Okay, you didn't see any of that, but that took way too long. These fires are my last ashes for this batch, and now we can make a bunch of inks, and then we use those ink to make more inks, and then we use those ink to make essence into impure essence, and I swear this grind never ends. Oh my gosh, I figured out the preset system. Here's a quick rundown. As long as the items that you want to unnote while leaving a noted stack in your inventory have been deposited once since making the preset will load left to right, top to bottom, so that you load real items first and then noted items. This lets you load in unnoted items while keeping the entire noted stack in your inventory and keeping your bank empty. I have no idea if that was understandable to you, but I get it now, and this is going to speed up a lot of note and unnote grinds, because remember, I can't store things in the bank, but I can use the bank. 420% soul attraction. Ritual XP really is nuts. I doubt I'm going to get 99 for making all this essence, but this is crazy. 96 necromancy. I did some mathing, and it looks like with multiply 2 glyphs, the greater essence actually nets more impure essence per essence than the powerful essence ritual. Please don't drink every time I say essence. which means this is a little simpler, I think. Like if you max out your multiply glyphs for greater essence, you get 85% of your pure essence back as impure essence. And if you use the powerful essence ritual, you get only 82.5% of your essence back as impure. So if you want to maximize my essence gains, I should be doing greater essence. Okay, I did some more math. The same is true when using multiply 3 glyphs as well. So if you're trying to maximize your essence like I am right now, greater essence with multiply glyphs is best in slot. Assuming my math is right, which it isn't always. So good luck. Okay. All of my rituals are done for the 10,000 essence. All of my inks for the future rituals are set up. Overall, from this little detour so far, we have gained 4 fire making levels, 3 woodcutting levels, over 1 million necromancy XP, and 10,724 impure essence. Also, a fresh 1k ectoplasm is very, very nice. Now, before I take this essence, we need to run a few errands, like getting rid of these gold stone spirits by finally doing family crest, and then storing those in an ore box. Excellent. All right, now to deal with some U logs. I don't want to let these go to waste, so I guess I'm just gonna use them. Time for way too much construction, but I do think this is gonna be worth it. It's just gonna take a while. Man, this Ironman thing is just taking me all over the place right now. What the frick? Are the frames the largest ground items in the game when you drop them? Like, are there any ground items? Are there any items you can drop to the ground that are bigger than this? Like, you can literally walk through it, and they don't even have a texture, and you can literally see through them from a somewhat normal viewing angle. Like, this is crazy. I'm doing the murder on the border quest to keep building up the fort while I train, and the queen is here with this fancy new updated model. But the king, like, look at the king. What? He's the king. Come on. Quest complete. All right, this video is getting really long already, so I'm gonna call this here. Next episode, we're gonna pick up with some more finished construction and the next few hours of the Greg grind. If you're enjoying the series, I highly recommend joining my Discord where we can chat and you can get even faster updates. You can also get notifications specifically for when I post a Runescape video, as I do post other content on the YouTube channel. If you want just Runescape stuff, join the Discord. If you want to support the channel in this series, the best way to do so is to like, comment, and subscribe, but the even bester way is to buy a sticker or something from the merch store below. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next excuse. Welcome back to the Ultimate Ironman, where we are taking on RuneScape 3 with an empty bank. Last episode, we made some great progress and really got into the Greg grind for our best in slot hybrid armor. We even got our first drop, but we ran into a problem. Supplies. Of course, we were absolutely chewing through runes killing Greg, so we started a few small distractions to grab some supplies and some fresh inventory space. Today, we are picking up the grind where we left off, freeing up inventory space and stacking the supplies that we need for 1,000+ kills. First up, we're starting this episode off with another fort quest, Unwelcome Guests, which looks like it's only going to take a moment. Yep. Quest complete. It's been a little while, but here's an update. We are at 62 construction and we have built so many things. There are still a bunch more, but getting some of the logs like teak and mahogany kind of sucks. I don't have the fletching level for the teak wood box, and I don't have more than one teak tree that's really far away from a teleport at the moment, so I'm just not gonna do that. I'm gonna go do some more Greg for like an hour or so. But first, an anima crystal. This is the last one that we need for 100% drop rate increase, which is awesome. Also, holy creepy Batman, look at this guy. Editor's note, this was recorded in like July, but how fitting that it's coming out on Halloween week. Who would have thought? He thanked me for calling out the merchant, and now they've subbed. Thanks, Creepy Cosplay Plurston, and hopefully you're still subbed and you see this video. It's been a long time. So sometimes when you're killing Greg, you can skip one of his shadow spawn mechanics, and I just don't know how to do that. I don't know how it happens, but it is really nice when it does. I'm guessing like a damage over time or familiar pushes him over the threshold instead of you, and that lets it skip the mechanic, but I don't really know. It's definitely not reliable. And there is the last kill of this hour. We are at 121 Greg kills now. I think that was at least 22 kills this hour, and for the first time, I didn't die. I did have a few spicy kills, but for the most part, I use 1 or 2 food per kill and a poison dose. 2 or 3 Guthix rests last me for like a few kills, and 2 Necropots is enough for basically a full hour of kills. The supplies are not too bad to maintain then. I just need to get on that rune crafting grind so that I don't have to worry about running out of necromancy runes. Turning in the reputation from that, we are doing pretty well at Zamorak. By the end of this, I bet we're going to be close to full rep here too. Okay, I've spent like 10 minutes sitting here, bank standing like a main, trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. My options are basically just do another hour of Greg or just get on it and start the 10,000 impure essence grind so that I can do a lot more Greg uninterrupted. I think I'm just going to start the rune crafting grind and get to it. No use delaying it, as it's only going to be another 2 hours of Greg until I have to do it anyway. So time to death pile and set up. Here we go. Oh, AFK rune crafting, like I mentioned a few episodes, would have been such a good idea. 75 for the huge pouch would be so good right now. I also wish I had 79 crafting already so that I could use the free moonstone and make the bracelet right now. That would also be so good, letting me teleport literally right here. That would speed things up so much. There is the first of probably 3 rune crafting levels from this essence. Let's see what happens. And there's 67 rune crafting. That's gonna be our last level for this grind because we're basically out of essence, if you can't tell. Holy, look at those rune stacks. That is 17,000 bone runes, 19,000 spirit runes, and over 3,000 bone shield abilities that I can cast. With an average of like 3 reflect per Greg kill right now, I've got my 1,000 kills worth of runes covered, which is incredible. I think the next supply grind is going to be ectoplasm because I'm probably going to run out of that first. Hey, new PB. 1 minute, 23.4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Calculated. Oh, another PB. 121.6. That's amazing. Another hour done. No fancy drops this hour, but we are at 145 kills. I do think that means we're actually dry on drops right now, though. Like, we've had 1 in 145 kills, but I think the drop rate for any item, not a specific item, but any item is like 1 in 42 or so, which means I should see an item roughly every 2 hours at the current pace. There we go. Our first big drop. Now we just need a crest that we can put on those. Finally, oh man, a new PB at 196 kills. That is 118. That is pretty solid for this level of gear, and I'm very happy with that. And I just died on the next kill. There's the first 200 kill count. Awesome. These kills take about 1 minute and 25 to 1 minute and 35 on average, but with banking and regearing time, we lose a decent amount of time between kills. Overall, I can get about 20 to 24 kills an hour, so this is already like 9 hours into the grind. The only thing to do though is keep it going. Second death this hour, unfortunately. It's been a few days, so I'm rusty, but that time I got killed by ability queuing. I queued up Devotion, but activated another ability on tick, so it preferred the new input to the queued ability, so Revo didn't go off and I got clapped. This is why I hate ability queuing. 98 Necromancy, 1 more level until our first 99. I'm so excited. 232 kills in, and we get our first crust. Yes! That is Anima Core of Sliske legs completed. Ooh, they do not look great, but that is our best in-slot legs for possibly the entirety of the series unlocked. Freaking incredible. I am so pumped. 2 out of 6 drops are completed. Amazing. Back to back? Nope. But 1 kill later, that is a helm. Now we need that crest already. Oh my gosh. Holy crap, this is a crazy hour. That is tier 85 ranged, unlocked for when I'm ready to use it. Insane. Are we gonna go for drop log this hour? All right, I'm gonna have to drop these spirit weed seeds. I'm not doing anything with them, and I am way too tight on inventory space right now. There we go, 243 kills to finish off that hour. We only managed 22 kills, but I had to refill scrolls halfway through, which ate into that time, and I had to do a little inventory management. But who cares how many kills we got? We just got a crest and a glaive and a dormant helm in the same freaking hour. We are cruising toward the goal right now. I only hope that I get spooned out of my mind and don't start duping up on all these drops. Going dry on the goal is gonna hurt so bad. What am I supposed to do with that? Okay, there's another dupe. Rough, but not bad. We're still doing really well, I think. And another dupe. 300 kill count. Amazing. Okay, I finished an hour and my inventory is so full and stressful. I think I just need to take a bit and clear some of this out, and I need to decide how to do so. Probably some construction, maybe dropping this big stack of prayer potions that I don't really need because I'm not using them on the kills at all. I can also do some other things like store my Tuska armor and use either Necromancy power armor or other War Priest sets. That would let me use these Anima core legs and free up an inventory spot without destroying any Tuska pieces. I've got some decision making to do before the next episode, so I'll see you all in the next excuse. I am back from a trip and the Sanctum of Rebirth has just come out, and there is a new reward that would be absolutely insane for this Ultimate Ironman account, the Divine Rage Prayer Codex. Is it worth it to try and farm it out right now? Probably not. Is it worth it to send it for a kill or two and see if we can spoon it? Absolutely maybe not, but we are going to send it anyway on at least the first couple of bosses and see what we can do. Not bad for a first attempt, I guess. Rotating defensives is definitely necessary. I think I'm gonna skip out on testing more for now and just keep on working on clearing some stuff out. I'm just doing a boring construction grind, so I'll see you when I finish that. There we go, all done. Finished with 74 construction, and we got an inventory slot back. Nice. I am very eager to get back to Greg though, so it is time for another supply grind. I need some more weapon poisons, I need some Guthix rests, I need some more fish, and I really need some more protection powders. Let's get started. I jumped in for one kill really quick during the supply grind because I was testing out a bug actually. It looks like accuracy is insanely bugged at the moment because I hit 100% right there. Whereas previous clips, you can see I was around like the mid 80s in accuracy. That would make this like the ideal time to go back to Greg, except I don't want to abuse this bug knowingly or set a new personal best. One, because I could get banned, and two, because it's an honest to goodness bug. I don't want a PB because of a bug. Back to the supply grind then until this is fixed next week. I guess I'm just taking a week off of Greg. Is that? It is! 99 Necromancy, just a little over a year after release and starting this account. Could I have gone faster? Of course. Should I have? Definitely not. Oh, look at it. The all black is so clean. I'm gonna keepsake this for the memories, but honestly, I really like the backpack representing my unofficial Ultimate Ironman status, so we're gonna keep wearing that. This is pretty sick though. The Necromancy hood looks great. I keepsaked it and I'm gonna be rocking it for a bit, I think. I do like the white hair normally, so there's probably gonna be some clips with the hood and some without for the rest of time. Who knows? Like an hour after getting 99, there is the pet. I think that's actually my first pet on this account. And it's from my first 99 at the same time, on the same day. Amazing. And oh my gosh, it looks so good. Okay, I think I have all the supplies done. I am not gonna make another stack of weapon poisons as they aren't really a massive damage upgrade, and I think I'll be fine without them. I have a plan for weapon poison if the Greg grind does go too long, but that's not gonna involve making the potion, so we'll get there if we need to. I also have a ton more inventory space, which is very nice and is gonna be very safe. So all that's left to do is make some lobster scrolls and jump back in. I'm very excited. As a reminder, we currently have one completed piece of armor and one dormant helmet. So we need 2 more crests and a dormant Anima core chest piece. Then we're all done at Greg. It could be over in 3 kills. It could take another 1,000. It could take 2,000. And I really don't want to think about it taking more than that. Finally, a new personal best, 114.4. I have been hunting for a new personal best for ages. No, another freaking glaive. It's the wrong spoon, Jagex. And another essence. Greg is taunting me. That's glaive number 4. 101 Necromancy. For now, I'm keeping all the XP in Necro instead of splitting with defense because I want 103 for the free multiply 3 glyph in my cape. After that, we're going to be training defense up to at least 85, but probably just forever. There we go. All of our dormant Anima core pieces are accounted for. Now we just need 2 crests and then we are golden. I am so freaking excited. Back to back? Nope. Another hour of Greg done. We are sitting at 497 kill count, and we are just the pet away from the log, which is pretty neat. But really, we just want these crests. We're almost at the drop rate for a second crest, so hopefully we're going to pull one soon in the next hour or two. But we are on drop rate overall. So I don't know how much longer this is going to take, but I just really want to move on to other grinds already. And I really want to get away from this freaking chattering. New personal best. How the hell did I do that? That was insanely fast. Another hour done. No drops this time. I'm really just hoping for a golden spoon back-to-back crest drop, but that's a dumb hope. It's like a 1 in 65,000 chance of happening. That's not very good. That is 2 down, baby! Woo! Back-to-back? Nope. But the armor looks so freaking clean. Oh my gosh. Every kill is stressful and exciting now. Every kill could mark the end of the first season of the Ultimate Ironman. We finished another hour at 616 kills. I think this is the sacred timeline, everybody. I think I have 1 more hour worth of fish and just 2 more hours worth of scripture of 1 pages. At most, that means I can get to like 670 kills or so. I'm hoping for a spoon here. I really want to get that drop before I have to supply grind again. It's an essence. Well, that's a conflicting clip. Woohoo! 102 Necromancy. Boohoo! The dupe. And another hour done. I officially have to get more supplies. I'm basically out of fish, and I need charges for my scripture of when. Bummer. But hey, that is 2,300 more reputation for the Furies from handing in all these seals. That's gonna be pretty sick when it comes time to get some blades. Looking forward to that. Just processing my diamonds from Greg here, and now I can make tier 70 Death Warden armor if I wanted, or tier 70 Death Dealer armor. Honestly, it'd probably make the Greg grind so much easier, and I could replace my remaining Tuska pieces with Death Warden and then store the Tuska. That's a really good idea. Why haven't I done that yet? Right. Player-owned farms. I need sheep. Specifically, I need fancy sheep for fancy thread, and I haven't started player-owned farms yet because I am an inefficient slacker. I guess I could start on that today. I'm forced to take a break from Greg right now anyway, so might as well. So don't death pile with player-owned farms animals in your inventory. You will lose them, and that is mad unfortunate and sets me back a bit from losing all those free beans. Bummer. Cool, that's all set up now. Time to do some IRL stuff, and then I'll check back soon and sell some adolescent buns. I just want to get these 2 medium pens set up, and then I can finally work on breeding the sheep for thread, then I can ensoul stuff, then I can make the armor, then I can store the Tuska, then I can fish some fish, then I can buy some potions, kill some Glacor, do some summoning, and then finally go back to Greg and get my last crest. That's the plan. Ironman life never ends. Okay, so I did some of that, but not all of it. The farm is now set up to start producing beans. I did pick up another 1,000 fish, and I reacquired some potions and 7 more hours of Book of 1 pages, but I don't want to gather supplies too quickly because I am only 1 good kill away from finishing the whole grind. If I spend 10 hours picking up supplies and then I only have to do 1 kill, I'm going to be really sad. So I have a few hours worth of ectoplasm still and 5 more hours of protection powders. That's enough for 140 kills, which is a solid chance at a crest. So let's go get the thing. No, I've been duped. Wow, the alks this hour have felt ridiculous. Now I have so much money from this hour. No, another taunting essence. That's a weird drop. I got rare drop table magic logs and a stack of sharks from Greg.
I go HTEIUHASFOIJAHNSOJDFHJKLDASHJND. L the drop.
We are going to season 2, baby. I will see you in the next excuse. Just kidding. Thank you all so much for watching this far into the series. It has been a ton of fun making it, even if I am slow to record and edit. I just always have too many projects going on at once and have a hard time sticking to any one project for more than a few months or sometimes even a few sessions at a time. So it's tough. Sorry I'm slow, but it's been a lot of fun. I also recently got a job, which is super exciting for me because I spent over a year from July 1st, 2023 until August 2024, pretty much unemployed with only some minor contract work to do here and there, and then working on this channel, of course, which as much as I love, I don't have the drive to do it full time, especially without an editor, and I definitely don't have the viewer base to go full time with anyway. So the job has been great, but it's also slowed down progress quite a bit. Add in the fact that I had a huge AFK grind to do right after finishing up my Greg kills, which you're going to see the results of soon, and that I started making mods for Baldur's Gate 3 while doing that AFK grind. And you can see why it's taken since July or August for this video to come out. Anyway, thank you so much for sticking with me. I am super excited for the end goals of Season 2, which should be doing quite a few things that I have never done in RuneScape in my 15 years or so of on and off playing. If you want to get a peek at where my account is now, feel free to join my Discord linked in the description. We're talking about goals over there, and we have a few awesome RuneScape players who are pretty active in there, and I have their group Ironman teams linked so that we can all kind of keep track of what everyone is up to and chat about it, which has been really fun. Next up for this Ultimate Ironman series, I'm going to be putting together a full Season 1 video so you can watch it all back to back to back to back, and keep track of all the goals that I said I was going to do that I didn't do. And once that is done, I'll be finishing up the recording for the first episode of Season 2. Until next time, I'll see you all in the next excuse.